Hello, hello, hello. We're back after a couple quiet days on the stream, and we're kicking it off our return with some OSC King of the Hill, which is going to be today's action for the next few hours as we take on the usual format of 15 best of ones, and the winner stays on. We're starting with actually kind of fun ZVZ, as this is a battle between two players you've likely not heard of. Yeah, you might have heard them a little bit here and there, but generally these are not quite the pros you may be expecting. So Spirit was our reigning king. Unfortunately, cannot return to continue that awesome streak he ended last week on. So he will not be back today, at least to begin with. Instead, we're going to get two new players. So we're going to start off with Hatsu in the bottom right corner. The pink Zerg is one of the casters for this event in, I think it's the Russian language, but I'm not 100% sure. And they are going to be coming in to start the day off, taking on Arabus Black to get the day rolling, owner of Team Infected, apparently. So that's your info. That's where we're starting at. That's where we're going. And get ready to rumble. So, it wasn't really cool for you from Hatsu. Going to get that up in the next couple of moments and get that underway. Maybe having now a droney moving out, just going to come over the left-hand side, a few lings, spawning pool, and so just going to be coming up, hatchery being built. Obviously, we'll see what these lings can achieve as they get to go across the map in the early stages, try and get something done. So yeah, we push across to the upper left-hand side, just going to be having a hatch gas and pool coming online. And the hatch and a few lings coming in on the side of Hatsu, obviously. Still making those lings. We'll get the hatchery down, but yeah, definitely wants to try and deal some damage early. Interesting to only have 4 lings coming across the map, though. Typically, would just expect 6 anytime you do any kind of an early pool. Obviously, we've got more behind this, just initially expect the 6 to come at once, so like I say, a little bit of a surprising one there, as they are going to show up, and the first couple of drones will come under fire. I'm going to turn our attention to trying to deal some damage. It's actually a nice little catch there, as the couple lings get caught move commanding. Again, we have reinforcements coming up. I'm not sure it's going to be enough necessarily. This was a pretty good defense from Arabus so far. Just some move commands from Hatsu, making it a little messy, a little bit ugly. Again, ling speed building up on both sides. Let's get all those lings coming up, the ling speed coming through. So there's actually going to maybe be a counterattack from Arabus, who, if you just keep making lings like this, I mean, you can absolutely just send it across the map. Ling speed's going to be a bit slower for you than the opponent. It is 13 workers each, funnily, after this, as all come around. As our Zerglings head down, the Overlord will still take some more damage. Again, ling speed coming through soon. Going to see a little bit of linging right now. So just come forward, just going to go and take a bit of a fight. Ling speed finishes. Does Hatsu have enough? Because more than anything, Hatsu just had a worse start in this game, and that's the bigger problem more than anything else. We're still just spamming ling, so it's going to be ling on ling. No one even has a baneling nest yet. Everyone has pulled out of gas and is focused fully on mineral income, so definitely get into an interesting state. This would be a place to fight, because your queen's just out in the open. That's a mistake, and that's going to be a grab as well, so we take that out to start us off here. As our lings come over, chasing around a little bit. I see a few more Zerglings showing up as well. Got that spine crawler about halfway done. The additional Zerglings on the way in. Just going to continue to pull back a little bit toward that bottom right side as Arabus comes in. Army supplies are similar enough. Arabus actually building a spine crawler at home. We're going to fight here. Did no one... I mean, obviously we lost that queen on the natural from Arabus. That was his only queen, by the way. So he's missing injects right now. He desperately needs to rebuild a queen. I mean, 12 drones isn't a ton of economy, but like, surely we're going crazy if we're just relying on lava. I mean, he actually has enough for now. With the spine here, this is gonna be chilling. I'm just gonna be seeing our lings coming back around. I'm just gonna see the spines coming through, the couple of lings are coming over. Just gonna see the rest of the lings. I'm just gonna be getting in already. The spine crawler gonna relocate a little bit. As we will come around. That was a good fight from Arabus, as Hatsu really just kind of decided they were going to go for it. They just sent it in on the other side. Not exactly go too great as the Lings continue down over here. It's just going to press straight through. Ling's going to get a little wrap around here on this hatchery as well. I mean, at this point, Arabus just keeps winning fights. We're still 13 workers each, though, for the moment, so chilling out there. A few Lings up on high ground, a few more Lings coming through. Ling's going to chase out other Lings. Banelings looking to turn around. It's going to be coming back in toward this natural. So actually having the Banelings gives you a better chance to obviously take good trades, as if you can just get rid of a few of those Zerglings with the Banelings, an opportunity is going to be looking good. Or even just get into this mineral line. We're not in the position to lose any drones at all, realistically. You can see those Banes help a lot. The Queen should be over here helping too, just AFK a couple moments. GG gets called, and Arabus is going to take game number 1 of the day on the OSC King of the Hill. GG. Alrighty, that is how everything starts, my friends, and we will go from there. Arabus obviously gets to stay on. Winner stays on in this King of the Hill format, obviously. So Arabus will stay on for the next challenger. And get a little bit of prize money already earned on the day. Very exciting stuff. Corkon877, what's up, my man? Thank you so much. First sub of the day with the 15-monther on the Prime. Very exciting. Very, very exciting. Alright, we're just waiting for the challenger to arrive, the little veto process to go on and take place, and we can kick this off and get started. On to our next map. So that was map number 1 of the day. Quick little cheeky ZVZ, 13 drones each kind of scenario to play out with. And now on we go. Alright, Uthermal just logged in, so maybe Uthermal's going to come out and play. If so, this might get a little ugly quickly, because I think we might have ourselves a very heavily favored player. That's okay. Like I said, getting warmed up, getting going a little bit on OSC King of the Hill. And Arabus Black will move on through into that second round. Like I say, it looks as though it is going to be Uthermal. So Uthermal versus Arabus here for our second game of the day, and kick this off and get this all rolling. How's everyone doing? Let me know what's up in the chat. And you're on Twitch, hello. If you're on YouTube, hello. Good to see you guys. Yes, we were off yesterday. A day off. Yeah, I had to go to the hospital for an appointment. So was caught up yesterday. I wasn't able to get live. But we are back and we are rolling, and we got Korean Royale now fully scheduled. I got all the players confirmed. So the players are confirmed, the tournament is set up, the schedule is set, groups are made, it is looking like a lot of fun as well. That's going to be starting on Sunday, and then we, yeah, that'll be on Sunday, then we'll have more games coming up on, the one after. Just need to message someone actually for something. Cool. What's up, Slow Joe? Thank you so much. 4 years. That was meant to be a ba 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 ba, but you're getting the claps instead. This one. 4 years. Yeah, there you go. 4 years. Ba 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 ba. Exciting, exciting. To get ready to roll. What's up, Hypochondriac over on the YouTube as well? Hello, hello. See you guys as we just, like I say, get ourselves warmed up and readied. In the early stages, like I say, a bit of a slow start, maybe a couple of challengers who are not maybe expected to go far. That ain't gonna stop us having a good time overall, I don't think. So, very exciting stuff as we get ready to party onward in the next couple of moments. Exciting. Exciting, exciting, exciting. Should have ran ads, but I figured we could get away with the fast first game of the day, but it's taking a long time to set up in the game too, guys, so taking a couple moments. Ultra Love gonna be the veto. And the map pick will be anything you want, you thermal. Take your pick. Last Fantasy. Sickening. Oh yeah, we had results come in for the TLMC. Disappointing in the results, as usual, honestly. Everyone sees the freaking talisman, they're like, oh my god, it's different. Upvoted to hell. 4th place, at least it's not going to make ladder. Thank god. Would have actually been sad. I actually think that would have been the first time I just instantly removed a map from my tournament map pool and just changed it to something else. All the good maps just didn't get... I mean, not all the good maps, there's some... I actually kind of agree with Mothership winning, but like, again, I feel like Mothership is good, but I don't think it's like win the TLMC good. Although, if it truly solves the 3-player map issue, then maybe, but... Yeah. Public voting, man. Just, you guys love the gimmicks, don't you? You love 3-player map. Whoa. Whoa, a map with... that just works completely different than any other map and all the players hate playing it. You guys love that too. It's fun. Alright. Waiting for the go-go's and we can kick off into Last Fantasy here for game number 2 on the day. Get ready to kick this off in a couple of moments. Get that ready to rumble. And yeah, we'll get that rolling. Quick start, we'll get that kicking off right now. So, get this going, get this started up. GLHF and readied up we are. And we're going to head into Last Fantasy. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, so Last Fantasy for some TVZ. Let's get it going. As we are going to have ourselves Thermal in the upper side of the map, our blue Terran player, and on the right hand side, our red Zerg is Arabus Black. SC2 lacks new stuff. I mean, yes, but at the same time, new does not always mean better. I don't want to have to, like, the problem with having a map like Talisman is A, the games just aren't a real representation of, you know, modern day StarCraft 2, because the map literally just makes you play kind of randomly. It depends what you want. Like, I like high-level StarCraft 2, and a map like Talisman doesn't provide that because it just is a bit too weird and a bit too random. It just changes too many of the rules, you know? And obviously, you know, that goes completely against the idea of maybe seeing fresh and new, but I think there's a bunch of maps that do fresh and new without just being over the top in terms of gimmicks, you know? So, yeah, it's an interesting discussion as always. It is interesting, so it's kind of interesting in that regard, and I think it is just one of those. It is just one of those scenarios where I really do kind of look at it and I'm like, especially with the way it works, it's like map. It's just gonna be an instant veto. So like, is it giving anything to the map pool by being there? No, right? Like it just gets vetoed so quickly every time because it's just too gimmicky. Whereas there's other maps which maybe aren't the most popular maps, but they still get played, right? They still have a place in the map pool. I mean, having 9-map map pool does allow you to have some crazier maps in, but then is it really worth it if it's just an instant veto every time? I mean, obviously we see Last Fantasy here and there, but yeah. Alright, anyways, Icebeth North, how you doing? 8 months already? Amazing. Thank you so much for resubscribing and keeping it up. Appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Thank you, as we have a couple of Reapers on the way. There's multi-Rax Reaper here from Thermal, just one base, 3 Rax Reaper at the moment. That's not super crazy. As the scout comes in, we're going to drop a Roach Roaring defensively here as Arabus, so he's going to get into the Roaches as a response to this and see if there's something he can maybe do about that. over the next little bit of time, as we are going to have ourselves the couple of lings nibbling. The Reaper going to be right there, and already having ourselves the first Reaper able to get through for some damage. Bunker comes up at the front as well, which if you're not going to challenge that, then sure, that's something you can get done. This was a pool first, so there is going to be kind of an easier access way to units, and that Roach Roar now finishing means roaches very quickly. Are we going to be able to deal with these Reapers with just roaches? The problem with going roaches is it is going to be a less mobile army, so that's going to be a little bit of a factor. So the SCV is going to finish the bunker. So yeah, this is going to get rough because now these Reapers have somewhere to hide into as well. And even as roaches come out, I think eThermal should just be able to get away with keep building Reapers. He's not expanding just yet, but of course you are, making 3 Reapers at a time, so it is expensive. We're just going to step through, just going to see a grenade going down, just going to jump into the bunker. And one more grenade going down as well. Couple of Reapers gather up, just going to be seeing the Ling Roach gathering up into the high ground. As again, Ling Roach Ravager coming over. A couple of Reapers are still pinging their way through on that natural expansion. Concussive Shells already building as well. Some Marauder on the way. Concussive Shells coming into place. Just have ourselves the Reapers still just poking at the hatchery. I mean, these roaches are going to have to make a breakout soon. Here come the Lings. It'll be interesting to see how eThermal utilizes the grenades. It looks like he's saving them for now. Now, I was going to say, maybe he saves the grenades so he has them available for this kind of retreating kind of trade. Right, where if, as you retreat away, you can kind of drop grenades to buy yourself time, etc. It's going to be Arabus able to hold onto the natural hatchery for the moment, so keeps that alive. A few Zerglings may go down again. The Reapers obviously will use their ability to regen HP to come back in and continually be annoying in this game, so that's going to be a big factor for the foreseeable future. As the Reapers hop up to the high ground, a couple Lings begin to go down there. The Ravager, chasing, but not quite getting that Reaper as we get away for the moment. Another grenade, spam the Lings. I wish we weren't making the Lings right now. I feel like the Roach Ravager is fine. I don't feel like we need the Lings. Like, yes, they have the speed, but they're not actually succeeding in catching anything. So all of these Lings could have been drones, and it would have been just as effective because the Roach Ravager has been kind of fine just to hold the front. I don't think those Lings were really needed right there. Just gonna see the couple of Reapers taking some shots. Ravagers coming over, Reapers coming back into the center. We have the Orbital Command and Factory still building through. The Marauders coming up. Marauders will still settle down. Well, the Starport is building, Stimpack about to finish. The Roach Ravager retreats away. eThermal has been building Marauders for a while now. I wonder if he's on 30 Marauders. He's decided this is going to be a pure Marauder Reaper game. From the Reapers into Marauders, not a Marine in sight! It would be great here. Mutalisks, but obviously we're a long way off of that. Roach Ravager gathering. Well, we have stim, so that's going to be kind of brutal as we just stim in, and we're just going to get to business. GG is cold. He says. He's like, I didn't realize you were going to make units against me, making Roach Ravager while you have 3 barracks. Darn it. GG's, and Arabus gets knocked down. eThermal going to take that one and become the new king for the moment. And get ourselves ready to go into our map number 3, guys. We'll have to just run some ads here just to get some space build up on the day. Alright, Marauder Reaper Gang rise up. I never knew there was a Marauder Reaper Gang, but sure. We'll see who our next challenger will be. I think we're server hopping because I got a DM for Jumi. So we're gonna go to Europe for some for Jumi versus Youth Thermal action. Alright, we'll hop on over to EU, and we'll kick that off in a couple of moments, guys. Just waiting for them to do their veto process, get that figured out, and we'll be able to go. There shouldn't be vetoes in StarCraft. We would just see worse games. Like, people seem to think that if you're forced to play bad maps, people will get like super creative and stuff, and I just don't think that's true. Like, StarCraft, I don't think it's completely untrue, but I think you're then making the game much more like a situation of like, oh, well, I'm gonna do something weird on this map because it's bad for me. And if it doesn't work, I'm in trouble because it's a bad map. Because, you know, if there's no vetoes, you always pick the best. The other guy always picks the best map, right? Like, to me, this just creates like, you know, you see the better. To me, the best games are the standard games, right? The standard games that show a lot of skill that go late. I don't say it has to be like super boring, but like, the weirder it is, it can be fun to see, but it becomes old quickly. Like, if every single time we have to play Last Fantasy, right? For example. Like, if we have to play Last Fantasy every single time we start up a TVP, for example. I don't know who's favored or whatever, but say that's the case and Protoss is super bad on this map. If every single time map 1 is Last Fantasy and the Protoss does some kind of one base all in, it gets really old really quickly, no? So, yeah. Yeah. Alright, we got ourselves Uthermal and Jumi in the lobby, guys. We should be good to go in a second. I mean, this is just my opinion as well, right? It may not be necessarily true, but I just think StarCraft 2 is such a good, solid game when you just have good good boundaries. Like, we can see fun maps that encourage fun games that don't require you to be completely weird or wacky or go completely off the beaten track. And yeah, like, maybe you could argue that StarCraft's a bit stale, but I just don't really think that's true personally either. So, like, yeah, is watching the first 4 minutes of PvZ still? Yes. Would PvZ be more exciting if every single game the guy went like 4 gate glaives off one base? No, it would be just as freaking boring, and then there'd be no goodness after it, you know? So, yeah. Kind of, like I say, kind of an interesting, it's always an interesting conversation to have when it comes to the maps. Am I just boring? I might just be boring, you know? I might just be like the boring guys, like, just, you know, give us new maps, but don't change them too much. Though, to be fair, you know, I love different maps that do things well. Like Persephone, I think, is such a cool, different map. With the healing shrine, the way it works, left side, right side, and so on. Like, Persephone's been a great map, and I would not say it's been particularly broken either. So, yeah. Is this the right version? My base is not in the right spot. It definitely looks pretty broken, doesn't it? Alright, we'll just get this regamed, guys, and we'll get rolling through. Persephone is a nice map. Yeah, well, this is what I mean, like, but to me, that's my favorite kind of map, where it's like, it's different, but it doesn't have to be, like, different by being ridiculous. And like I say, maybe I'm just boring, so maybe that's all it is. Golden ore. just some discussion about the map version. Oh, what's up, DJ Crispy? How you doing? What's up, Arabus? Thanks for playing today. Cool to see you. As we get ready to jump on into Golden Aura. Jumi versus Euthermal. Try this one again. As it does look like the bases are in the correct locations this time. Jumi in the bottom right, taking on Euthermal in the upper left. Everyone's base is in the right place. We can get going into jump into this next game of the day. So third map of the day. Terran vs Protoss coming at you. Let's see what we get. Alright, let's have a little peek to see what's going on, as we just, like I say, again, our first few games of the day coming up. It's 15 best of ones today, guys. Not familiar with the King of the Hill, it is winner stays on. There's a new challenger each time. There's a little bit of a veto process. One map vetoed by the king, and then the challenger gets to pick a map from the rest of the map pool. So, and that includes the 3 maps that are part of the OSC extended map pool: Golden Aura, Ancient Cistern, and Hecate for this season. So, yes. That is the scenario. That's how this tournament works. A little bit different than usual. It's pretty fun though. The last few times we streamed this, we've done 3 or 4 of these in a row now, in terms of like each week, and people are really been enjoying it. People have been loving the loving the difference in experience, and just like, you know, a little bit of a fresh format. Always very cool. Just a couple of moments, guys, just in case you're wondering what's going on with the stream. So we're going to do a little bit of a rejig from our original expectations this weekend, but it's not too far. So basically tomorrow we're going to finish off the Crank Team League replays, which is like 4 series, but some of them are like best of 13, so should make for a pretty good stream tomorrow. And then on Sunday we're going to do day 1 of the WardiTV Korean Royale. So the Korean Royale groups are set, 14 players are ready to partake. And we will start day 1 of Group A on Sunday. And then obviously Monday is a double Monday Cup because we have Twitch front page. So on Monday we're going to be going for 8 hours back-to-back StarCraft 2 tournaments. Yeah, that's what's going on the Monday. So that's going to be a lot of fun as well. I was gonna sell out a little bit for the prize pool of that one, but I just decided to fund it myself anyway. So we'll sell out on the day, I'm sure. So, yeah, best of 13, yes, the Crank Team League, like, lower bracket finals and grand finals was best of 13, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So that'll be tomorrow. But we also have some other matches to do, so I think tomorrow we'll be doing, like, I want to say it's, like, 2 best of 9s and 2 best of 13s, or maybe it's, like, 2 best of 9s, a best of 11, and a best of 13. I'm not 100% sure, but there's going to be a few games tomorrow at TLDR, with Cyril and Clem and Raynor, Kua. Yeah, it should be fun. Solar, Rogue. It's looking like a fun day. Few Reapers, I'm going to pull back up the left-hand side for a few moments, just peeling up over there. Few Marines coming about, factory on the way over. Get all of this settled in as the Blink and the Warp Gate continue to come online. Reapers wanting to maybe make a little bit of a play jumping up over here. So we've seen the double Sorgers coming through, and these Reapers are going to put in some serious damage. I've not really been talking about this game, so you might be surprised that like 6 Reapers just showed up in the main base of the Protoss player, but it's Euthermal, so if you consider that, it's actually been a very normal standard game so far. Yeah, actually very normal considering the players. Yeah, is it your everyday standard? No. Is it your Euthermal standard? Absolutely. 11 probes go down. As always, Euthermal finds damage with this. However, that is all the Reapers gone, and that's a fairly significant early game investment, right? That's 300 gas down. Like, don't get me wrong, 11 probes is a big hit to that Protoss economy. Euthermal is also still a 1-base Terran player, though. So, I mean, if you look at the map, he's got a factory in the middle. He's building a second factory proxy as well. He's now double reactoring Marines. Thermal is set up well with the damage he's done. I mean, the fact that he did damage like this, following up quickly, aggressively, is going to be very good for him. That's not great, though. These Stalkers finding the factory middle of the map. These Marines need to come in. They want to save that factory, I'd imagine. And Blink is a few moments from being done, so Stalkers are not great just yet. Tank, I'm going to say, is nice against the Stalkers, but you kind of want to save it as well. Looks like Thermal's going to let that factory go down and focus on pushing toward the natural already. I don't hate that idea, actually, because those Stalkers obviously will have to come fairly soon to come and, defend this. I do not love that this tank is low HP. I'm surprised we didn't pull any SCVs in to help this out. Pylon will go down. That depowers the battery, and the tank is going to run to the corner. We're actually going to get siege. We are. That's kind of a big deal, but we do have Blink, and blinking on top of this, I think, is going to mean that the tank just goes down. I think this game is going wrong for Thermal, to be honest. I mean, he's actually up 22 army supply to 7 still. But recollecting his units and getting them all across the map, I think, is maybe going to be a little bit of an ask too far. A little bit too much of a challenge, perhaps one could say. As the tank and the Marines continue through, the factory and the SCV coming about as well. Those few Stalkers still pinging at the Marines and dealing some damage. A couple probies continuing out as well. As the Immortal starts, the Gateway comes over. And we just have ourselves the tank and the Marines still building up for the moment. This factory here is, I didn't realize he just built another factory here, by the way. Yeah, that's one way, hey, I lost a factory middle of the map. Let me just make a new one middle of the map, slightly off to the side. Funnily enough, we're high ground vision away from being able to truly deal with these Stalkers. And Thermal is going to camp here and stick around. The longer this goes, though, the better this gets from Jumi. The only big criticism I maybe have is that charge is so late. Like, I actually think you want to get charge ASAP in this scenario. Like, yes, it's money into an upgrade that doesn't help you defend immediately, but once charge is up, it's such a guaranteed defense. As Jumi moves to the upper left with the Stalkers, Thermal should absolutely be moving bottom right. Like I say, those Zealots don't have charge yet, so they're not the greatest against what is honestly a lot of Marines, and yeah, the Stalkers can blink to the main, and they're going to start dealing damage. That's why the SCVs are going down, but realistically right now, we are running straight in, and I mean, you're going to lose the Pylons. The Natural is in serious trouble. All the tanks get siege. I mean, do we just try to wait for charge? If Thermal could find his way into the main and deny charge, that would be massive. Okay, just like that. Yeah, okay, I didn't realize the Twilight was there. I thought it was maybe a bit deeper. Okay, Jumi is... I think Jumi might be dead, actually. As he gets out of a supply block, but has no active gateways to build with anyway. The Zealots are slow, so attacking into the tanks is going to be a miserable experience. As Thermal, DPS from those Marines is pretty crazy. A couple of tanks going down, perhaps. One of the reinforcing tanks got caught for a little bit, but it's just not going to matter. Thermal is going to come on through. And just building factories and Marines and everything everywhere apparently is a strategy that can work out. Especially if you do some good damage early, that definitely helps in a big way. So that's a major positive. On top of everything else. Alrighty, guys. So we are going to head into our next game as soon as we have a challenger. So we'll just wait to see who that challenger will be. Yes, that was Thermal, guys. Thermal was the rat gameplay. The rat gameplay kind of guy. Was that some rat gameplay? It was kind of rat gameplay that got scouted, so it wasn't as ratty, simply for the fact that opponent scouted well. Alrighty, taking a couple moments here. We'll get back on track in just a few. Oh, Wayne is going to show up. Oh, that's a fun one. Thermal Wayne then for some TVZ. I'm liking the lineup today, guys. It's been a fun start. A couple of guys we don't see a lot to start off with, and then Thermal and Jumi, Thermal and Dwayne. It's been a very fun couple of moments to begin with. Alright, Series 4 out of 15 coming up, guys. Again, 15 maps get played in total. This is going to be our 4th map of the day right here. Let me get this going. Rat gameplay versus Ratata coming up. Yes! If only he'd maintained the Ratata name. Ratata. Hey, what's up, Bernero Uno on the YouTube? Hello, hello. What's up, Black Bear? How you doing? Hello, guys. How are we feeling on the YouTube? Let me know what's up. Let me know how you guys are doing. Hopefully you're doing great. Thank you so much for joining us. And as we are just waiting for the videos to be done on this one, we can go. Kick off into our fourth map here. It's ready to rumble. I hope you're all doing well. If you're on the YouTube and you want to help us out early, do consider dropping a like and a subscribe. I actually forgot, it's been kind of a crazy day or two for the StarCraft community, you know? Like, Blizzard acknowledged that StarCraft 2 exists. StarCraft 2 will be at BlizzCon, albeit in probably a very negligible kind of minor way, but yeah, kind of being a little crazy. Oh. I thought he meant... I thought he was saying hi Mark, and he just typoed it and said hi Mag, but he meant Maganatha for the map. Funny. It's something. I don't think it's anything, guys. Like, it's BlizzCon. Like, they would be... They clearly have nothing else to put on at BlizzCon, so they may as well put on, like, a tiny little meme tournament for StarCraft 2, and, like... I was surprised how excited people were on StarCraft. I saw people being like, is this the new circuit? I'm like, no. This is not the new circuit. That's a Black Bear. Thank you so much for the $2. Early games? What do you want about early games? This is our usual stream time. Alright, we're actually going to be playing on Hecate because Ethermal then said I veto Maganath. Hey, what's up, DW Howen? How you doing? Thank you so much for the Prime sub. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. It's going to be an offline event, which is rare right now. It's going to be like 3 games of StarCraft 2. It's on like, apparently it's in the Blizzard arcade, which is like a small area. It's combined with 3 other games. It's literally, my prediction, and maybe I am being negative, but like my prediction is literally like it's going to be 4 players that get flown out, and they play like a best of 3, best of 3, best of 5. I really just don't think it's going to be... If it's anything larger than that, I'll be excited for the fact that it's bigger than that, but I actually really think that's going to be what it is, because, yeah. Maybe best of 5, best of 5, best of 7. Instead of best of 3, best of 3, best of 5. And I think StarCraft 2 will be day 1, and then Brood War will be day 2, or something to that effect. StarCraft 3 announcement with SC1 vs SC2 players tournament? No, there's no StarCraft 3, guys. Be real. Let's be really real. StarCraft MOBA or something, sure. StarCraft survival game? Yeah, something like that maybe, but yeah. Expect best of 1, be excited for anything more. Yeah, that's true. And daylight saving times giving you some confusion. I don't know how earlier though, if it's daylight saving times, because we went back. So like, pretty much anywhere, no? It's like if you didn't daylight save, it should be later for you, and if you did daylight save, there should be the usual stream time maybe. I don't know. Confusing. Thank you for the $2 again, Black Bear. Appreciate you. Let's Yeah, we get going, guys. It's double gas, it's a pool, and it is a proxy hatchery, so we are getting aggressive here from Wayne. Today is a wild day, huh? Proxy, 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 aggression, aggression, aggression. It's all wild out here, as everyone is getting very feisty, very ferocious starting points. Get that Reaper Orbital and Command Center coming through. The Rotoron in production. Hatch is about to finish. Get the Overlord on the way as well. We'll finish up. That Rotoron is about halfway through right now. We just have the Overlord trickling along as well. So, Overlord coming through. As Wayne drops the question mark. Is that because Uthermal SCV scouted, I guess? So yeah, Uthermal knows exactly what's up. He's going to bunker low ground. Can you hold low ground here? I guess so. Do you need to hold low ground? Probably not. I would not hate it if he gets a second bunker high ground. There we go, yeah. I think this is fine, because then you're going to make him defend low ground for a few moments and waste a bit of time. And then you actually play defense on the high ground, right? Yeah, I like this a lot. I think this is the right way to approach it. If you're Wayne right now, the problem is if you're Wayne, you can't really just run up to the high ground and deny that bunker, because then the SCV on the low ground finishes the bunker, then that's actually a problem you've got to come deal with after, whereas right now, you get rid of that SCV and then you get rid of that bunker, it's never going to be a problem, so yeah. Marines load in, Tech Lab on the factory. This is going to be about building time, and after this starting point, there's definitely going to be a little bit of a period where it's also going to be about how well can we control this going into the future, like how quickly can you break out his Uthermal, because this is obviously pretty committed as Wayne, and he might be able to keep Uthermal contained for a while. My problem for Wayne is that he's proxied a hatchery. It's not even next to a mineral line, so it's not even like you can really mine from it effectively if you had to, like worst comes to worst. And I also don't love the fact, I mean, this is mass Ravages, but one of the best things I usually feel when Ravages are out like this is I really feel like a lot of the time you break down the wall to Ravages and the Lings flood through after, right? But that is not going to happen here because there's no Lings, there's no Ling speed. Siege tank on the way. Do we like the Siege tank? Would we rather see a Cyclone? It's a good question. I'm not actually too sure. But the fear factor with the Siege tank is obviously if it gets biled, it dies. But if you position it correctly, then it shouldn't be able to be biled without at least Ravages going down to the bunker defense. And that tank's fairly far forward, but it's not got high. He doesn't have good vision with the Overlord. If you go any closer with the Overlord as well, you're going to lose it to the bunker, so kind of makes sense. 7 SCVs fell so far. The Reaper across the map is trying to be annoying. He's keeping a Roach busy over there, so Uthermal has got micro going on. He is finding himself a little bit of value throughout this. A couple more battles come down. The Marines dodge over to the sides. And my question is, how do we break out? Because right now, Wayne just sits here and controls and contains. What do you do as Uthermal to truly make a breakout here? Yeah, I think that is the problem. Reaper gonna hit, a couple Lings take some damage. Siege tank and the Marine coming through. I'm just gonna, you can see our Ling speed, our Overlord on the way up as well. Let's continue to bring that over. It's gonna get the few additional Lings coming about. The Ravager's gonna try and bile at the bunker there. So just gonna try and move their way through for a couple of moments. Thermal will just sit up on the high ground and play the defense for the moment as you see the Overlords spreading for info. I like the Cyclone. I think you've got enough baseline defense with the tanks. I don't think any more tanks is going to improve your position. The Cyclone truly gives you a way to start fighting back and pushing back and actually maybe making a clearance on your opponent and actually giving you a way to kind of move on through. So, yeah, I like that a lot actually as more Ravagers finish morphing in. Couple battles coming down, and we'll just see that bunker taking a few more hits. SCVs are still playing the repair game though, bringing that back up. Things popping out, Cyclone the Marine coming through, Ravager's gonna spread a little as the Cyclone would like to maybe try get involved a little bit, locking onto a couple of different Overlords here already. And tanks gonna sit nicely, SCVs will be up front. Cyclone's still trying to find what they can do, and that Ravager goes down. It's a nice catch. Like I say, this is what exactly what the Cyclones give you, the freedom, the progress on the map that you didn't really have before. It's the second Ravager kill now, and that's all because you actually just have these Cyclones that are able to break out and move forward. I like the way he did it, because at first I asked tank or Cyclone. The tank gives you the baseline stability. I think the Cyclone at first might have been okay, considering the fact that this was going to be, you know, multiple bunkers already up as well, though. Get rid of a tank there, but you can see it's extremely costly. We actually killed one of the Cyclones in the back, but only the one. And Uthermal will take another game, and he's on a 3-map winning streak, setting himself up for a big day, maybe in the King of the Hill. So far, so good. It has been a beautiful start. As I get ready to go into a 4th map for Uthermal, 5th of the day, in the next couple of moments. Alrighty, alrighty. Ellie? Is that you? Hi. I'm gonna say hi. Hang on, I put you on stream, babes. Well, hang on, I'll just move some stuff. How about that? Hello. Wanna come jump up? What are you looking sheepish for? You got something you're not meant to have. No, it's an empty mouth. He's not sure because I'm talking to myself. I see, I see. Didn't have to commit, just get the 2 Cyclones. I think he did have to commit. He's all in, like, he's not, he just built like a bunch of Lings. Like, if he kills just the 2 Cyclones, he's still in no better of a position. Like, you're setting up to go up that ramp, so the longer you wait, the worse it's going to get at that point. Just getting the 2 Cyclones is the play you make if you expanded and actually had, like, you know, a second hatch and you started to draw. You didn't build like 30 Lings. So yeah, a little bit of a funky one for sure, but yeah, I think Wayne made the right call from what he committed to. Whether what he committed to was the right call itself is obviously a different question, but for what he had, I think he did the right thing, to be honest. I think he did the right thing. Do 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 do. Waiting for a player. No one showed up just yet, but we'll give it a couple. I'll run just 1 minute of ads, guys, just because we are waiting. Not much else really happening just yet, so we'll just give it a few moments. Bum 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 bum. Do, 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 do. Few people in the lobby. Oh, in the yeah, in the chat. I don't know who's necessarily going to be playing yet. I have not seen anyone say anything. We'll update you guys as soon as I know, but right now I do not know. I see someone just loaded up a game, but is that what we're going into, or is that just someone in a chat that's just then randomly started a game themselves? Because that's probably the case. No one has said anything. It's cool to watch the YouTube demo of how to defend that. That was a pretty good day. I mean, actually, I think I prefer this attack if you like sometimes it's really frustrating where it's like your goal is to never go up to the high ground, and so then you just start mining, and then if the Terran doesn't break out, you get into a lot of trouble. Now, Wayne was not microing the units well against the Cyclones. The Cyclones are definitely getting a lot of value. So, it was a funky choice. I always think with those kind of builds, it's so interesting because there's so many like subtle differences that can kind of change what you can get away with on the defense and so on. So very cool. As we are taking a couple moments, guys, waiting to see where we're going, what we're doing, what's happening, and all the rest of it. Oh, we got a map. So we will have an opponent, we just don't know who that is yet, who's going to join the lobby. The other caster, and our player will be Baby Marine for some Terran on Terran action. Love it. TVT coming at you then, guys. Alright, go GLHF. I'm going to be coming through. Jump in the ancient cistern. As in the bottom left-hand side, we're going to start things off with the player who's on a 3-map winning streak in today's King of the Hill. It is Uthermal. And in the top right-hand side, the red Terran player, it is Baby Marine. Just a quick mention, we haven't really started yet, but we have got a Marvel Strike Force sponsor coming up. We're going to probably start properly next week, but if you want to get ahead, the link does come up in the Twitch chat every now and again, so if you want to download and start counting towards the numbers, you absolutely can do so. We're probably going to do the proper stream for that next week at some point, but just thought it'd be worth mentioning already. As do get a couple of barracks coming through, the refinery's on the way. Just get ourselves settled in for the moment. Two barracks, proxied, obviously Reapers. A likely occurrence with the positioning of those barracks because it's not set up so you can put a tech lab down very easily. Hold on both sides. It's actually Marines from Uthermal. It's SCV Scouts. This looks like you just kind of got like a one-racks kind of proxy kind of scenario. The fact that with double gas as Baby Marine, that sets you up nicely. It's a world 4 Marines just walk up this ramp and just are surprisingly good here. Drop the bunker down. Factory's still building. I actually genuinely think these 2 Marines and 2 STVs are going to be surprisingly good. Like, I mean, Reaper Micro is very plausible right now. If you can just kind of make the Reapers, you know, miss micro a little bit and get some work done there. There's already 3 SCVs going down. Factory building at home from Uthermal. Obviously, he is committed to the 2-racks proxy, but so far I'd say he's finding the damage out of this he needs. He's going to get cancelled on that bunker, start his own, which kind of forces the Reaper in. Only takes a tiny little hit on that grenade. Could now start building the bunker with the second SCV instead. Let's keep fighting. 4 SCVs killed so far. Obviously 2 lost. That were the ones that built the barracks originally. The Hellion coming out really feels like this becomes a defense. No. Ooh, Uthermal has to make sure he does not let the units get lined up. You do not want those Marines to be caught in a line with that Hellion getting maximum damage there. So that's going to be kind of part of the continuous fighting right now. But Hellion's low, man. It's going to have to run to a mineral line. SCVs are going to pull again. Trying to step forward for the Hellion. That one Marine in the front might be able to go after the Hellion. This is even more damage being dealt. This is 4 workers going down. We are going to kill off the bunker. No cancel from Euthermal, so that's a little bit of lost resources. So he does get himself the car. So a car goes down, and man, that was... Resources lost even, but you took a major economy hit here as Baby Marine. SCVs were pulled multiple times as well, so you've not had the best eco at all throughout this. You're now building a command center. Euthermal on his way to the starport. I wonder if Euthermal commits on one base, or if he decides to kind of move away from this one base at some stage soon. We'll just have the next stage that's going to be coming in. Like I say, it's the question of, okay, CC is actually down already, so he is going to build a command center. Does he die with his counterattack right here? 2 Hellions. Oh, that's an amazing first shot. Second volley as well for 2 Reapers. Okay, Marine just went the wrong place. He actually has 3 cars, so he's pretty okay car-wise. Instantly Tech Labs and Starport's not looking to drop the cars or anything, just going to go moving in towards the Tech Lab and giving yourself options with the Starport production in the near future. Ethan will just be annoying, lands a barracks in the main, builds a Marine. It's the kind of thing that's whatever, but like, maybe it gets him a kill. I don't know what he did there. He turned back onto the Marines for some reason. I maybe could have gone SCV. DC to low ground will land on that natural shortly. Cyclone, a couple of the units still getting busy as well, putting some more work in right now. Barracks is going to fall very shortly as we just have that going down. Hyperfly Road is going to be the follow-up here from Euthermal. He did send 1 barracks home, so he still has a racks in the game. He could obviously play mech from this as well, in which case he doesn't really need the second barracks. He can really do whatever he wishes right now from this current setup. He's not really forced into kind of playing one way or the other just yet. I wonder if Baby Marine has some pushing potential. You see the Cyclones coming out, and a lot of what Euthermal has is the tech units now. Maybe those Cyclones with a Marine front line could just be Baby Marine get across and see some success. There are the extra gases, so said it might be mech from Euthermal, and that definitely points toward it. If you're going to eventually add on barracks here, 3 gas typically gets you to that point of additional production. One of the big things right now is that we're just building a 3rd CC from Euthermal, and that is completely missing from Baby Marine. So after all is said and done, Baby Marine does not have the economy to the extent that Euthermal has, or at least will not have in the near future, if nothing else. Starport swaps over, goes over to the reactor. Just going to see a couple of Vikings on the way out. Siege tank building through. The 2 Banshees are going to come around the top side as well. So just going to bring those straight over, locking themselves onto the Cyclone for a second. Auto turret. Oh god, that was not good from the Banshees at all. Auto turret, I think, caught Euthermal a bit off guard, and he was not ready to kind of play around the DPS of that in the end. So yeah, a little bit awkward. We are going to see the couple extra Vikings just going to float out the front. The Cyclone, Macfield all coming through. Banshee and the Starport coming up as well. Just going to see another lock-on from a Cyclone for a moment. Hellion will go down. More shots coming through. The Cyclone does fall. Marine tank Viking continues to come about here. And we just have a couple more shots coming around. As the CC dropping into the main base. And the SCVs, the Viking, the tank, all coming through. Cyclone's turning, locking. Hellion in trouble, doesn't go down just yet. The SCVs will come by. We got the Macfield on the way. We're going to get Cloaking as well, so it looks like we might continue with Banshees. Already has a couple up still. 6 SCVs going down right now. There's already some Banshee play that is succeeding. Good micro from the Vikings of Baby Marine. Coming through and getting the micros so that they stayed in reach and were able to get an extra shot or so off, allowing him to kill the Banshee. He has multiple starports, so he's building Vikings and he's continuing to produce the Banshees right here. And get those up for the moment. He's going to scan one more time, see what's going on. The Vikings and the Ravens staying overhead and looking to push forward. It's more harassment than natural, by the way. There's another Banshee just showing up, and the Vikings aren't here right now, so... I mean, Baby Marine's had a miserable game. Like, it's the kind of game where it's just like, you're getting the socks harassed off your feet right now, you know? Like, it's a tough time. This Banshee going completely unanswered. Like, he's moving forward a little bit with the main army, but not super significantly. There's some Vikings. This will go down, but the damage done is very, very real. Meanwhile, we move forward over here, and Uthermal's a scan away from getting a trade on the tank, and he gets it before he takes the last shot. And it is huge. So the missile turrets, the Cyclone's very useful to help push the Vikings back. I just don't think the numbers are there from Baby Marine to really shove this position into what it needs to be, right? Like, a lot of this is just Marines that are not going to do much of anything. I mean, he's committed on this as well, right? You got a third CC, but it's not in position yet, while Uthermal is doubling your work count almost. You gotta go realistically here as Baby Marine. And obviously going into a defensive mech play does not sound like a whole lot of fun, does it? So he's going to have to pick and choose his fights very carefully, but the reality is that whatever he picks and whatever he chooses is all going to be a little bit tough to pull off. Cyclone's just getting in, a couple lock-ons obviously are good. Going to move around. I mean, Uthermal does not have to defend this position. He's once again counter-attacking, by the way, forcing scans and defense against Banshees on the other side. I mean, Baby Marine is now a 30 SEV Terran. He's a little bit lower than before. These Vikings landed, but yeah, Uthermal doesn't have to defend this base. It's not like Baby Marine is throwing his own base down on location. This is still going on, by the way. Forced another scan. I was just watching on the minimap, but yeah, the Banshee play has been super frustrating. As you all can see, that orbital might actually go down, though. So, Baby Marine reduces Uthermal to a 2-base Terran scenario. That's something. I think Uthermal will be fine if he just rebuilt a third and kind of played it out. Like, his economy is significantly better in terms of workers. I mean, you're still not on location, still on that third as well. Vikings trying to go. Banshee might go down as well. 3 SCVs falling. The Viking tanks still coming through. Vikings just going to shoot the couple of Vikings going down. Gonna land these Vikings. It's been into a weird fight. Can we actually get rid of enough siege tanks here to make this worthwhile? He was losing the air battle, so dropping to the ground was the right call. Army supplies are still even. If Uthermal just gets his third base back up, then again, the economy advantage is going to be huge. He's going to kill some more SCVs here, giving up some army to do it, but these units were kind of doomed anyway, and just stepping forward, Vikings make very quick work of SCVs. In the end, keeps a couple of Vikings in the sky to make sure that that Viking will not go any further. Uthermal 100 and Baby Marine 60 supply is obviously, again, just telling this tale and confirming kind of what we've been seeing so far, which is that this has just not gone how you want it to here as Baby Marine. Then we're looking to get to a 4-map win streak over our first 5 maps of the King of the Hill. Obviously, he joined on the second one. Potential for a big day from him as that Banshee gets through a few SCVs. Vikings will be there and try and help push back the Banshee a little bit. Banshee gets into the natural mineral line and starts to go after some of those SCVs as well. 5 workers, 6 workers going down. As Vikings come straight through, we're just going to see the rest of the Vikings settling down once more. Again, attack upgrade, stim pack, all building into play. A couple extra barracks, turrets, and SCVs producing. Also, starport is producing from Baby Marine. Bringing that up and online. Uthermal building the 4th on location. Again, kind of just showing you where this game is at right here. Baby Marine, I don't think, has anywhere near enough to kind of get through and do too much else right now. Two new starports going to be added. Baby Marine tries to just play kind of big in the skies, which I don't hate. He finally finishes stim, by the way. 13 minutes in this game. Like, he was obviously kind of committed to like a kind of a weird kind of 1-1-1-esque setup for a long time, and then actually 2-1-1, I guess, because he got the starport. It's not the typical 2-1-1, but like 1-1-2, I suppose. more Vikings coming up. The Cyclones will continue. The armory is on the way through. We have our Vikings still stepping over. More Viking shots going off right now as those Vikings take some big hits. Jesus, Baby Marine, and Ethan we're going to take his 4th in a row to round out our first third of the games today. GG's as he gets across and looks good. Alrighty guys, there's going to be a couple moments. When we come back, more action. We'll see who's coming up next. I'll see you guys in a few as we'll get into more Uthermal games as he continues to be the king for the moment. Alrighty guys, welcome back. How are we doing as we get ready to jump in to solar versus euthermal in a couple of moments for some ZVT. What's up, Ario? Thank you so much for... Sorry, not Ario, Elo. Thank you so much for the 1,000 bits. Sorry, just must have come through just as I stepped away. Thank you so much for the 1,000 bits. Appreciate the generosity. Thank you for supporting the stream on this beautiful Friday of StarCraft. Solar, the challenger, and he's going to take on Euthermal here. That's a tough one for Euthermal, because Solar's pretty freaking good. And last time he showed up in a King of the Hill, he looked pretty freaking good as well a couple weeks ago. So, let's see how this goes on ley lines as we get set up and ready to go, go, go. Alrighty guys, so on the top left it is Solar, and he is the challenger against Thermal. Let me see where we go here over the next couple of moments to get that underway. Gonna have our racks going through, the hatch gas and pool coming about. Gonna get that underway for a couple of moments. Gonna be having our couple of bits and pieces coming through. Just gonna take a second or so, and kind of interested to see what Uthermal comes up with, because we know Uthermal plays kind of crazy business and crazy stuff. So kind of wondering. Obviously, you're playing someone like Solar. What is your kind of go-to then? Like, what is your way forward here? Like, what is your opportunity? What can you get done? And a couple of queens and drones all coming about. Just gonna have ourselves the factory coming through, refinery coming about. We're seeing the Reaper gonna fight, a couple of things going down. We do see ourselves the CC and the reactor coming up as well, so we'll continue to get that going just for the moment. Reaper hops up. We are going to see our Ghost Academy still coming through. With a couple of Hellions on the way in. Link speed building. The drones and the Lings coming up as well. Queen on the way through. Queen just going to shoot. Reaper taking some damage. Getting pushed out. Third hatchery going down onto the low ground there. As we just have the Ghost and Hellions continuing through. SCVs on the way. A lot of that on the way by for the moment. Again, Queens and Lings and the Link speed all building about. The extra drones are coming through as well. A lot of that on the way in for the moment as our Queens will join up together. Some creep spread coming down. A couple of the drones going to transfer to the third base here, as those Hellions will take the chance to move toward the upper right hand side. So it's moving over. Obviously the rush to Ghosts is going to be the weird part of this, and it's been a while since we saw like a Ghost Hellion or Ghost Hellbat even push. Is this going to be Hellbats eventually? It could be. Could throw an armory down here and get like Ghost Hellbat as a shove. It's weirdly better than you think it is, actually. Like it is better than you think it's gonna be. So you see a snipe coming down. I say it's better. I mean, there's one Ghost there gets a single snipe. I feel like one Ghost is not gonna make much difference. It's funny because like this used to be a thing. Like this actually used to be kind of okay way back when. We're just going to have ourselves the push back for a couple of moments and seeing where we can go to. These things are going to move back to the bottom left-hand side. We're just going to see that stim coming through. A couple of barracks and engineering bays all coming up. Again, lair building, drones on the way, and the overlords coming online. See those extractors coming through. The Hellion Ghost is going to go toward the upper right-hand side. The Ling's going to attack down to the bottom left here. Hellions will take a chance to jump through a couple of creep tumors already, so knocking down some of that creep. Overlord moving around the bottom. A couple of SCVs are going to be there for a few moments as well. Still got that lair building. Roaches and drones on the way in. Hellion Ghost still joining and just going to see the Roach Queen getting pushed back a little bit for the moment. We've seen a few more shots, and again, that Roach Queen going to come back the other side. Just going to have a +1/+1 upgrades and stim coming through. I just don't think eThermal's doing anything with this, right? And it's a big investment to just snipe down a few queens, and that's going to be the issue at the end of the day here, because it's just not really doing enough at all. Just going to see the Ghost gets another snipe over here. I mean, you kind of have some Ghosts, I guess, but we'll see what happens. Just going to see that Ghost cannon coming through, React coming up. The 1/1 upgrade still very much so on the way over as well. Roach speed, roaches, the infestation pit. Still very confidently just kind of moving through the next stage of this game, so I don't think there's any reason for him to have, you know, played still more slowly, to be fair. Roach is going to step through. We're going to try and fight this. Marine's going to stim. Roach is going from the backside as well. The Roaches on the right are kind of getting beat up kind of badly, but the Roaches on the left will make these numbers a whole lot better. Funny enough, Solar ends up just running around a circle with those Roaches. I don't know if he really wants to try and keep on going. Like I said, maybe a little bit tough for him right here. Let's just pull back to the upper right-hand side. We're just going to have ourselves one more upgrades coming through. Infestor, Link, producing by. It's going to be seeing the combat shield coming up as well. Just bringing that straight into play. And got the Baneland speed coming up as well. Again, Ling Ravager coming through. So we get that Ling Ravager on the way up. The Hive is going to finish very shortly. And we will just see the +2 attack. Marine tank medevac building by for now. Going to be seeing the Overseer going to continue about as well. It's just going to come over for a couple of moments. The Queen's going to drop down a couple of tumors. Banes are going to come across. And yeah, Roach Ravager, Bane still gathering together there. A couple of Hellbats will take a chance to get through and get after some of the creep spread already. So some of the creep begin to go down. We continue to scan. We continue to see what's up. Adrenal glands and that Baneling speed still building by, as you see the extra couple of Ravagers morphing as well. We'll take a chance to walk down to the bottom left-hand corner at the moment. Bling's gonna wrap around, Siege Tank gonna be picked off. There's some Infestors looking for the fungal. It's a big fungal on the Marines. Uh-oh. I mean, Banes are not... okay, they actually do manage to connect. The fungal lasted a long time. The second fungal definitely helping as well. And able to kind of break through this area a little bit. So Solar doing very well at the moment. As eThermal is, yeah, I mean, tried something funky at the start. Like I say, just did not really get enough value out of it, I think, is the issue. And now Solar going to have Ultras to help him also. And eThermal is just... he's just not where you're meant to be. Like I say, there's nothing wrong with the opener in terms of, like... okay, there's nothing wrong with the opener in the sense of, like... oh no, he didn't do anything. It's just, it was such a big investment for a little bit, but not enough at the end of the day, right? Army spreads out a little bit. Just gonna see the Kindness Plane coming through, Melee Carapace all coming up. Overlord speed still building as well. The extra Zerglings are in production, and you have the few Roaches are gonna get to the top side. Those couple of Medevacs are gonna go boosting across up the top as well, trying to see what else is going on. Playing Bane Ravager. Ready to go push forward a little bit here, those Banes. One to step by, we're going to get rid of the command center in a moment or two, so CC will go down. Fungal landing on a few units. The SCV is going to die as we try and retreat. eThermal's doing some counter damage, so Drop has seen some success, but it's not quite the success that, you know, Solar is finding himself over here. Finishes off that command center without a third base. There's no longevity in this game for eThermal. And that will be a GG as Solar comes through, and we've got ourselves a new king after 6 maps. Solar starts his streak right here and gets off to a 1-0 start. Alright, we'll head into game 2 in a few moments. Ready to kick this off. See what our game 2 for solo will be. What will his who will his opponent be as we get this going? Been fun games so far, Dave. We'll obviously bring some fun stuff and some different builds. It's kept it very interesting. They're ready to resume here shortly, as we'll be right back on track as soon as we find out who is up next. Right, I'm going to jump into Tokamak here, guys. Players are ready. It's going to be Demi versus Solar, so we're going to get that ready to go. One sec, guys. Take in a second. Right, let's roll. In the bottom left-hand side, we're going to have ourselves the Bread Zerg player. This is going to be Demi, our challenger. Let's see if he can take on Solar. I think the odds will be a little stacked against it, but hey, it's going to be ZVZ. It'll be a mirror, so maybe a little bit of hope given to you for Demi in that regard. But Solar's actually been really good in ZVZ lately as well, so we'll see how that pans out as the hatchery comes through. The drone's coming in, and we get up and ready to roll for the next few moments. Again, Hatch and the drone's coming by. Just looking to see what we can get up to for the moment. Get that underway. Extractor's going to go down, so hatch gas, and like I said, very shortly a cool. Coming straight into place. Just going to be seeing the dronies in production as well. Yeah, hatch gas and pool, all coming about, a couple drones coming up. Maybe seeing the setup all coming through as we just have ourselves the structures coming into play. Nothing really crazy then, everything's mirrored for the moment. Gas count will be a little favorable to Demi by like 8 to 12, depending when you look at it, so pretty minimal differences so far. Just going to be seeing our link speed starting on the spawning pool. And again, a couple of lings and queens coming about, the link speed coming up, the drones on the way. So yeah, nothing really wild from Demi. Thought he might try and get a bit sneaky. To be fair, Solar kind of gets a bit aggressive sometimes too, and maybe Demi just felt if he opened standard and Solar got aggressive, maybe he could take a little advantage there, but it's just going to be standard on standard for the moment. how do you win this tournament? Whoever got the most wins is the winner. So every single map is worth prize money. So every map is worth prize money. There will be 15 maps played in total. The last map of the day is worth more prize money. So there's not specifically like that's it, you're the King of the Hill champion. You can be the last man standing, but obviously if you show up for the last game only and you win, you can still win less than others. If you are the last man standing, you do get the opportunity to come and start again on the next King of the Hill and be the first player out instead. So that's something you can take up as well. So there's not necessarily just like one single winner. Like every map you become a winner because you earn some more prize money basically. I guess the biggest winner is whoever wins most on the day. But yeah, it's 15 maps long. This is our 7th, I think, map. So yeah. Alright, so it's going to be having the roach run coming through. A few lings and the drones coming about. The queen on the way. As we have ourselves the roach run on both sides getting set up. Drones, lings, and a bane coming around. The baneling at the front going to waddle forward a little bit. The Zergling's going to go run around a little bit too, as the queen continues to get going. I mean, just heading straight to roaches here. Obviously via the Ling Bane, but it's not really a lot of Ling Bane, like it's very minimal. Considering what you can usually see when it comes into Ling Bane, kind of back and forth and so on. This obviously is like pretty minimal in comparison. As you just see the a few roaches coming up, the roach roaring, and a few overlords on the way as well. Evolution chamber is building, the overlords coming up, the lings and the rest continue to come around for a little bit. Ling Bane coming over to that right hand side. I'm just going to be seeing our roaches, the Evo chamber building for the moment. Extractor goes down. We have ourselves a missile upgrade building through. Again, just some little bits and pieces coming up and about right now as we just have the producing, drone on the way, overlord building, a few more roaches coming out as well here from Demi. That's 7 of them on the way out with the overlords producing also. I think Roach Army is going to start to make a move across the map, so Demi is going to come. 44 drones. He's droning behind it, so he's behind on workers. He's also behind on army supply. You can see the macro of Solar coming through. Solar is getting into a position right now where he's ahead on drones, ahead on lair, ahead on upgrades, ahead on army supply. He cancels those banelings because he realizes the attack's not coming, so he's not going to need them. He might be able to cancel a spine crawler as well in the next few moments if he wanted to. Because at this point, he's not really going to need it. Demi is not being as aggressive as I think Solar first thought. There's the cancel on the spine crawler. And Solar just reading this game well, kind of preparing in case Demi looks like he's going to attack. Moving on from it if he's not going to. The Spire coming up on the side of Solar. It's just going to get that Spire started. 11 drones on the way. Overseer building as well. And just have ourselves the next step of this continuing through is the roach speed and +1 missiles will continue to come up. Again, Spire's about halfway done. Hatsu coming over. Some more overlords still producing as we just have our lings continuing to run about for the moment. Queenie's gonna go and hit the Overseer for a little bit of damage. Overseer taking a few more hits, taking a few more shots. Speed will be done soon. That Spire about to complete, so again we bring a lot of that up and online. So it's just going to be more options, I feel like, for Solar, who really is kind of in a dominating position in this game already. 8 meters on the way. The meters don't even need to do much, right? Like, you're well set up on the roaches. The meters are just going to force Demi to start building Hydras. I actually think 8 meters and then just back into roaches here is going to be the golden kind of setup for Solar, because if you do that, what you can basically do is you can kind of just put some pressure on, force Hydras, and then bam, you've just got a load of roaches. You will have +2 sooner, so maybe you kind of take the bigger roach fight based on that. Right now, this is no +1 missiles from Demi, and he's committed here. I mean, this is just going to be good for Solar because he's going to have a good amount of roaches, and he's going to have the muted damage output to help. And if you try and retreat like this, you're going to take damage as well. Roach speed wasn't done as also, so he took a bunch of extra damage on the first initial attempt to retreat, and now I don't even think you've got to wait around as Solar. Now that was a good enough fight to just run across to the other side and just send this. As Demi like I say, has just been a little bit behind at each and every moment. The mid is flying overhead, the Overlord's moving back. Queen will join up together also. That's just going to be GG. Solar takes his second of the day against Demi. Alright, we're at the midway point, guys. Coming up next, match 8. We've had 7 maps before. There'll be 7 maps after, so the midpoint of this King of the Hill. I'm just going to BRB 2 secs, and we'll come back. More StarCraft on the other side. BRB. Nikoract is going to be the next challenger, guys. He's going to pick Ancient Cistern. There's a bunch of Terran players that keep picking... Is it Nikoract that keeps picking Ancient Cistern? I feel like it might be. Like, this was never a Terran map. This was a Zerg map. So I don't know why the why we're going into Ancient Cistern as the pick. I mean, it is nice for 8 raxing, kind of. So, like, there's that aspect of it. But, like, that's kind of it. So I'm not sure if I'm a massive believer in this choice. But we're going to send it. We're going to do it. And, we're gonna go. As we hop on into our next game, map number 8. Still on a 2-map winning streak. Nikoract, our newest challenger. He's the red Terran in the top right corner. Solar, the blue Zerg in the bottom left. As we get ready to roll. We'll cancel the extractor as we start out. The SCV and a depot coming through. The drone coming about as well. Just gonna get that underway. And, just take a few moments here to get settled in the early stages. Overlord about halfway done. We just have our SCV coming over as well, adding on the barracks. Adding on a refinery. And yeah, we just get this started up. A couple dronies coming through. Actually producing. Refinery building on the main base, and that first few moments. You might have guessed the first minute of the game is not going to be super crazy. You thermals played his games today. I think the excitement in the first minute or two of a game maybe for the most part over, but I guess we'll see exactly. Nikoract's been really good lately, but I do think him versus Solar is just a rough matchup because Solar is just such a great all-around player, and Nikoract has been getting really good technical wins and well-executed wins in like TVTs and TVPs. TVZ against someone who's just so good mechanically and such a solid player, I think is going to be really tough. I think that kind of takes away, it works against a little bit of where we've seen the better successes of Nikoract. And just in general, like, TVZ might be one of the most difficult matchups to win as an underdog anyway, because there are very few things you can do that take away from the kind of mechanical warfare of this matchup. Like, there's a couple of timing things, but if the Zerg just feels like they're the better mechanical player, they can play a little safe, not be, you know, exposed to a hellbat attack or whatever, and it just makes life so difficult from there. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Nikoract recently run Clem 2-1. I know, he was in my tournament, would you believe it? Yeah, trust me, I you know exactly what Nikoract's been up to lately. Just, I mean, like I say, it's kind of weird because I guess we don't get to see him really play TVZ because there's not a lot of Zergs, but then I do feel like this is just the most difficult matchup to be an underdog in anyway. And like I say, the way in which Nikoract kind of succeeds is not necessarily being in, like, don't get me wrong, very solid player, but I'd say he's winning games on a lot more kind of a outside of the kind of mechanical front. And I mean, TVZ is just the most mechanical matchup anyway, so anyways, we're going on about it a little bit. Do you have the link speed coming through? About halfway done, coming up to finishing shortly. Hatchery on the way up. Going to see the starport and the reactor building as well. Just going to get that going immediately here. Stim will start the starport halfway done currently. SCVs and the Marines produced through. Reactor building into play as well. Factory building the reactor, again starport on the way out. Gonna have that stim pack building right now, so just gonna get that straight into place. Fast stim from Nikoract. I mean, I don't hate it. Like, maybe something like a 2-1-1, get some map control early, try and put some pressure on Solar. If any time he looks weak, it is earlier in the game, so kind of going into your comfort zone and just kind of being aggressive early, maybe you can get an edge and kind of go from there. But I'm probably going to sound very negative to Nikoract in this series. It's just because I really think that Solar is that freaking good, really. That's what it kind of comes down to. Evolution Chamber about to finish. The drones and the Overlord's coming about. The Queen's on the way over as well. Continue to bring that straight into play right here. Stim pack coming up as well. Well, as you see, the Marines and the Stim continue to come about. The barracks still coming over. Lings, drones, Queen and the Carapace upgrade coming about as well. That Overlord still kind of ticking along as the few Marines will unload from the medevacs, and we have a chance to move on into the front. We do have ourselves the chance to move up. Couple Queens going to be in some trouble. First Queen goes down very quickly. We'll jump back into the medevacs. Not a bad start, but obviously Solar does have the defense available here. Nice unload though, gets a few more Zergling kills as well, and Nikoract able to capitalize ever so slightly. As my real question is, what is his mid-game kind of concept? Like, he gets a 3rd CC now, does this turn into 8 racks? Or do we just have other ideas to kind of play from on this? Like, are we... I can't imagine he thinks it's a great idea to go long game against Solar on Ancient Cistern, but... yeah, he had the idea getting down here to deny the 4th. He actually was a few moments early. The drone was not quite over there yet. Turns into a very good scan, knocks down all the creep spread that was over in this direction, forced the Queens to re-establish that. Is going to slow it down a bit, and that's going to stim back in. He knows the Queens are going to be there. Good move from Nikoract. He's going to dive in. He gets 2 Queens. He doesn't get that active tumor that's on the way, but 2 Queens going down, and again, he just lifts up and gets out. Now drops into the main base as well, and just keeps the action going in the early stages. Overlord going down, a few Zerglings coming over. Combat shield about to finish as well. I'm just going to see how 1-1 upgrades continuing through. And yeah, Queen, Lings, mainly speed continuing up as well right now. So just going to keep that going at the moment as the few extra Lings settle down on the left-hand side. Extra Banes are going to come morphing through. The hatchery in production. And Center is going to land in position. The Marine tank is going to be right there. Correct, looking to reconvene back around the middle of the map right now. Tanking a few Lings, going to shoot. Marine's going to shoot away at those couple of Lings. The Queen's still stepping toward the top side. 1-1 coming through. Melee and Carapace upgrades coming about. Pulling Bane is going to force the liftoff of the medevac. We pull away there immediately as we just have, again, a few more Marines gathering together and readying themselves to go. Armory will finish, gives us access to the 2-2 upgrades. No sign of Barrack 6, 7, and 8 just yet. But also no sign of the 4th base either, as Solar can't really run up here. Tanks are well positioned already. I don't know why, but I'm really scared that he's going to right-click on these critters. Yeah, we're going to scan some more active tumors just in front of the base. The units will get there and play defense. Our observer doesn't want to look at the action, apparently. But, yeah, you come across and you can just kind of get in there. You lift off, you back away. Again, what I think I like the most from Nikoract, it's been very minimal losses. He lost one medevac in the end, but otherwise he's been very good at just getting very, a lot done with very little. Some good creep spread clearing as well. I just feel like you got to get ready to go and do something soon. Starts at +2 armor, a little bit behind the +2 attack. Like, if we're not committing to try and do things now, then what are we really trying to do here? Marines and those medevacs still coming through. We continue to head to the bottom. Marines are going to go over to the left-hand side. A couple crew teamers are going to be picked up. Bane wanting to kind of take a dive forward as well. We are going to get the lift back into the medevacs there, picking up, pulling away. On the bottom side, a little bit of Ling Bane coming through as well. The Marines will load back into the medevacs there too. Gonna pull that back around the right-hand side. Tanks will unsiege. Now we can maybe take a chance to commit forward once again. Marine tank are going to push up. Marines and medevacs going to be right there. We have our adrenal glands and +2 melee upgrade coming up as well, so a lot of that coming through here as we have a push to the bottom. Going to get rid of a chunk of banelings very easily. It's going to be a comfortable starting point as we continue to shove forward. A scan coming down, a couple creep tumors going down as well. Marines still taking some damage. Bio pushing forward. A couple of creep tumors will fall. Uh-oh. Queen's immediately in some trouble. Going to get knocked down immediately, so that's going to be a nice shutdown. There is going to be a massive Ling counterattack over on the top side of the map as the Lings run through. Biotank going to take a bunch of damage. It's going to be a great access point into this natural expansion here. The Marines coming through to the bottom side. Hatchery will go down. It's going to be seeing the Lings continue to go in after, and the SCVs will get forced to run away as well. 6 workers down. A few Lings going in after the refineries. The rest of the Bio still joined up together and ready to fight against the rest of that Ling Bane Queen. 2 Banes are going to step forward. A couple of overlords are going to be right there. 7 workers down on the other side. I mean, Nikoract just has to go. He is clearing up those Lings on the other side. So now, a question of can Solar clean him up over here? Honestly, we're not far away from the Ultras. We're not far away from kindness playing. I think we're going to get a chance to see Ultras being on this map to play defense. And I think that is going to be probably the nail in the coffin for Nikoract in this game. For what's been an otherwise pretty decent game from him. I liked how he played, just not powerful enough at the end of the day against Solar. Like, Solar's just good, man. I mean, the run buys were good, the defense was good, and while Nikoract got a lot done, like, Solar always felt like he was in control. Like, he never lost too much, you know? So, yeah. GG. Alrighty guys, that's going to do it for that one, as Solar will remain the king after the map 8. He's now on a 3-map winning streak. He was not here last week, right? So he wasn't here last week, but he was here the week before, and he ended as the king of the day the week before. He went on a... actually, funny enough, he started 1 map later, but then he won every map in the rest of the day, so maybe could do something similar here this time around. Get ready to go in just a few moments, guys. I'll be starting very soon. And ready to kick this off. Can players rejoin? Usually, if we get to like the last map or two, my understanding is if they run out of fresh players to use, people can be revived essentially and have another go, but typically, no. But if there's not enough players who want to play, or if there's no one else that wants to play, then yes, they will revive someone instead of just not having a game, you know? Let Alex is going to show up and give us ley lines, so definitely an underdog story here, potentially. Get this ready to begin. As again, the ley line's perfect. Alex just asking us if there was anyone else to join the lobby. There was not. We are good to go. And down into this. So Solo on a 3-map winning streak is going to be the blue Zerg in the top right of ley lines. Taking on the red Protoss player in the bottom left. It is Alex, or Let Alex. As we get into another map, we enter the second half now officially of the OSC King of the Hill. And away we go. Can anyone join King of the Hill? I believe to play King of the Hill, the only requirement is you have an OSC... I think you need an OSC Elite membership. I think you need an OSC Elite membership, but I think that's the only thing. I think if you just join the OSC Discord, they could point you in the right direction to playing. Pretty much anyone can show up and put themselves forward. It doesn't say it's OSC Elite only, but I don't actually know off the top of my head. But yeah, more or less anyone can just show up and drop in and smack Solar around a little bit. Easy peasy, right? Or not. More than likely. Or not. We'll be joining next month. Okay. I excitedly await your arrival. We'll just moving across. There's nothing too wild early. As the Cybercore finishes, we'll get an idea in terms of what the tech structure might be after this on the Protoss side of things, but that is kind of about it for the moment. This Overlord flies in, overhead, the Cybercore will finish. We just have the Adept, Queens, and company on the way through. Stargate is the most expected of choices, so not really too surprised about that just yet. There's a couple lings, want to go after that probe. Again, the Stargate and the probes then on the way through, and we'll just give it a minute or two to develop, because that's typically what PvZ needs. Ling speed is coming up from Solo. Doesn't even... I mean, I would imagine Solo plays an aggressive style in this game. Maybe Ling Hydra aggression. Something along those lines is typically just very, very typical from him. Anyway, never mind in a game where he's a favorite, so... I can have my eyes on that from Solo. So it's kind of down to let Alex to maybe show that he can defend something along those lines as well, possibly, so... We will see. Stalker poking. Overlord taking some shots, taking some damage already. Few drones just coming up. Overlord being brought in. And then Stalker just going to peel away over to the side for a couple moments as well. A couple queens gather up. The Overlord will hang about. Oracle going to pop in a few moments, add on that warp gate, and again the Nexus just coming over, a couple probes on the way through. Drones and queens on the way out right now as the Overlord will produce. A couple lings going to nibble at the pylon. He is just running across the other side. I was going to say that we're even going to force the Oracle to activate. They're just going to go running, so I would rather keep the lings alive than anything else. Does build 10 more. Will help him to prep against some of the early gate units that might arrive and so on. Maybe does give you some more pressure onto that third base still if you would like it. Single Oracle from Let Alex means that it's a little greedy almost. Like, Oracles are good because they keep you very safe. So the speediness of the follow-up tech is going to be there because we don't build a second Oracle, but then you are a bit more at risk than usual because you don't have as many Oracles. That's less damage output if your Oracles are needed defensively. That is going to be less, you know, safety from stasis wards and so on. So there's a lot less available to you there as that Prism comes along. I was about to say that this is obviously adding up towards the Temple Archives and like an Archon kind of drop play, but the Temple Archives beat me to my statement, so I'll just say it reactively instead of predictingly. But it just looks like it, like right when the Twilight and the Robe are coming in at that point in time. So we're going to go Archon drop from here. Maybe that explains the single Oracle, speed up the timing of the Archon drop. The Archons are going to be a pretty safe way to play with. They're going to be pretty immediate units that arrive with the Prism to keep them alive all the time. And then you don't need to kind of, you know, buy time and defend with Oracles and stuff while waiting for like a blink to finish or anything. So you should be a little bit more comfortable there. Again, melee upgrade is still building through. 10 drones on the way up. Couple Overlords producing. 2 Archons will be morphing in underneath the Prism. I'm just going to be getting that up and set in the next few moments as the Prism comes across over that right-hand side. And again, the lair coming through, a couple of roaches in the melee upgrade, building up as well, getting that online, getting that brought into play. Archons take a chance and they do knock down the Overlord, so it will fall. The Spire coming over, the drones are coming through, and a couple of Overlords and roaches will be building as well, as a couple of Archons will try and get in toward those roaches too. So just going to try and get straight into that as the melee upgrade and the roach speed will also be producing. Got that Spire on the way out. A few drones on the way through. Again, +1, Storm, and Charge are being produced. A little Revelation from the Oracle comes down. I'm just going to see a bunch of the Lings getting turned out the other direction as well. So just going to get those chased away for the moment. Still got that Spire finishing very shortly, +1 missiles and the road speed will build. I like the Spire from Solar. It's going to turn away from the kind of aggression I was initially suggesting. I'll say Muta's coming about, a couple of roaches coming through. +1 missiles on that roach speed in production right there. A couple of dronies on the way up. Just going to see the few Zealots and the Immortal going to start swiping and dicing at the Zerglings, so we take a little bit of a chance at those. Just for now. Again, +1 Storm on the way. The charge is going to be finished very shortly. So the Archons doing their thing. Obviously the Mutas will pop out, and it's going to be a big defense against the Archons because it means you can get rid of the Prism. So as we're going to do some damage with these roaches, and the Mutas can show up and then hopefully push the Prism back, especially if the Prism flies into dead airspace. Never mind that though, the Mutas are actually coming across the other side, so they can just start to harass over here instantly instead. They can just instantly jump on the High Temple here, or an Archon, or just, I mean, they just want to hit the mineral line, so they're just going to go. Fly straight through, battery in position though, and wouldn't say that was the most effective starting point. Now Phoenix will begin. Going to recall the Archons back home. Actually, do you almost think that's a mistake to have not gone after the Prism? Because I really feel like we could have gotten that. It would have delayed the damage output timing for the Mutas on the other side of the map though, but it would have been kind of almost a guaranteed -2 Archons, right? So let's get over. The Nexus is taking damage. Pylon will go down. That's going to deny a lot of the units there. Roach is going to deal some shots. The Storm comes down. Mutas actually take a couple of shots. They're going to fly back into that Archon. They're going to take a little while to get that kill though. They will get it, and now going to jump on the High Temple as well, which does drop a Storm. But maybe a bit too late to really do anything else. Stalkers are coming about, but they don't have blinks. It's going to be a while till they're super effective. Those Archons dropping in do help as well, as you do deny the 4th base. Solo behind this is just going more and more Mutas, so that's not great then when you see Mutas flying into that army just haphazardly, because it means that you're trying to make more and more, and yet you're not really going to get to those higher numbers, because everyone you make right now, you're giving one away for, it seems. And Alex is just going to commit across to the other side of the map and just go for a push already. He's just going to go for a little bit of a chase in. Mutas will get active. We'll go after those probes. We'll go after that pylon. Rotron goes down. Just going to be seeing the Zealots staying busy as well. So, I mean, the counterattack will do work. Solar in the base trade. More Lings, more Mutas being built, so fully commit into the base trade. But Led Alex is honestly on a pretty okay army. As long as he can just, I mean, it's a shame he's not going to have Blink. I actually think if he had Blink, I'd feel a lot better for him. Without Blink, I'm just a little bit concerned that you're not really going to have what you need to really kind of take the late game fight, right? That blink was not far. Yeah, it was halfway done. It's the biggest issue right now. I mean, both players have lost pretty much all their workers. Like, Alex has 1 worker left. Solar has 9. I mean, you like Ling Muta in a base trade anyway. Solar has the drones on this other side of the map, although he's already started a hatchery, I think, so yeah. He does have some money to work with there as well. Alex can obviously finish off all those structures in the top right, but he's going to have to come to the bottom left and try and fight. Whoa! We recall in, so he's going to try and take the fight like this. That was not it. Left a bunch of units at home. I actually don't think he had enough anti-air to fight this again, especially without the blink as well. Yeah, that was not the recall. And that is going to leave us in a pretty sad position at the end of it all, I think, as Led Alex has... yeah, no way to build 1 probe on the map. He did have some money. Just take a look at that recall, guys, because we just missed the first part of it. Not really expecting, obviously, because didn't really think it didn't make sense, really. I think you're much better off trying to continue to kind of like base trade in that scenario. I mean, I think he knew he wasn't going to win the base trade, so he tries to. But I just don't think recalling like that is ever going to put you in a good position. No. He gets rid of that hatch. He drops the recall. You're only missing 4 stalkers, but the zealots are a big deal too, because they may help the lings. It may help stop the lings. Once you recall in, your units are all over too. So look at this. The lings have a great surround instantly on like almost everything. Okay, like some of them have to like fight their way through, but the lings are instantly involved. And that's maybe something you could have avoided or got the zealots to tank for. Like, it is 24 mutas versus 3 archons and 13 stalkers, but this is not the fight that gives you a chance with this army, right? It is what I think it comes down to in the end. Didn't realize he had that many lings. Yeah, that makes sense. If you didn't have his... yeah, I mean, if you recall that and it's only the mutas, maybe it's good, right? But, yeah. Good attempt, though, man. I actually believed for... I was believing for a moment. You nearly had him. I was believing. That's so freaking good. Solo's almost OP in a format where you can just keep playing until you lose. Actually, most tournaments are like that, aren't they? Huh. Map 10 of the day, out of 15, coming up in a few moments, guys. Just waiting for Sola's opponent to come and challenge and to do the map process and so on. So just figuring that out. Solo OP until Spirit will show up in 8, racks him in 7 minutes. Well, Spirit wasn't available to start the day as the returning king, so... And for the challenger to arrive, guys. On SE2 mode, where you're able to use every single ability that was patched out over the years, yeah? What do you think would be most OP in that? I was waiting for our lobby. No one's dropping a lobby link, but we'll get there in the end. Fear not. I think it's Yakov. Yeah, it is Yakov. So ZVZ. Yeah, for map 10 from Solon, man. King of the Hill must have the best Zerg representation of any tournament right now. It's freaking crazy how many Zergs are in this event compared to everything else. Actually wild. Our 3rd ZVZ of the day. Just as we're loading, guys, I'm just going to double check what Ellie's barking at. I'll be right back for the start of the game properly. Yabby. Alrighty, hello, hello, hello. Let's get going. So, Solo's on a 4-map winning streak. Am I getting that right? Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Solo on the 4-map winning streak. He's in the top left, taking on Yakov in the bottom left for some Zerg on Zerg action once more. And away we go. Away we go. It's actually wild to see some of these EVZs. Cool to see some Zergs playing some tournaments. I actually got 4 Zergs for the Korean Royale. Miracle. All 3 Korean Zergs wanted to play. Reno wanted to play. Unbelievable. Unbelievable business. Hatch gas pool coming up. Overlord coming down to the bottom left-hand side. So Overlord's moving themselves about for the moment here. As we get settled. You'll see the Overlord moving down the bottom side again. A couple of dronies coming about. The Queens are going to come through. Link speed coming up, a couple of Queens coming about. Just going to be having... The early game has been very peaceful here. No one's really doing anything too crazy or wild or trying to step away from anything just yet, so... Opportunity there initially. Nothing beats that music. That's why I'm not saying anything. Let the music do the talking. Wardy, is the Korean Royale going to be fully live every day? Yes, apart from like... Out of all of the group games, currently something like 4 or 5 series out of 42 are going to be replays. And that's just to keep some of the days short when we have 7 or 8 best of 3s. There'll be like 1 series played from replays at the end, just to keep the players from having to be around as long as they might have to be. So yeah, completely live. The only thing that might change on that is there are other tournaments happening. It's a busy month. There's RSL, there is Kung Fu Cup monthly. So I've done my best to preemptively avoid issues with those. But there is a reality where we might have to play a couple extra matches just a day before, a couple of hours before, something like that, and probably cast replays just because of other tournaments and clashes there, because, yeah, we're still the organizers that will help players playing as much as possible, instead of punishing them all the time. Protron coming up, the drones on the way through, Overlord's coming by, we got the Evo Chambers going down as well, the Extractor coming into place. Just get settled. Here's the 5 drones and the Evolution Chamber coming about. Get ourselves again a couple of Extractors and the Rotron coming over, layering the Overlord. In production as well, a few Lings get down, going to go in after the Queen. As, that's going to be a success story. So Stola already the one to strike a little bit right there. See Yakov a little bit faster on that lair tech, so that lair's about halfway done already, while the lair of Solar is only just now starting. A little Baneling coming through, the few Lings going to run around. We are going to try and crash through a little bit at the moment as we have a couple of dronies falling so far as well. Things go out to that left-hand side. A couple of shots coming through. Queen going to be able to play clean up a little bit, but then maybe we get rid of that Queen. As Solo's going to try and run it. Drone protection is not good. We are going to lose the Queen, so... Man, Solo getting a lot done with very little so far. And he has a full scout as well. He's building the spine crawler, but there's actually a spider on the way, so I don't think the spine is needed at all. Maybe just realizing the lesser drone count, but he's just in a good position. Like, Solo leads in every aspect, apart from lair timing. We'll see where we go from here as the, again, +1 missiles coming through, the Fulings nibbling after a couple of those drones already. He's just going straight through with those. That roach speed's done on both sides of the map, but yeah, we're going to have the Spire coming in play from Yakov, so it'll be a bit about Solar's defense. How well can Solar set up against those mutas? What can he do against them? It'll be fun to see. Loving these King of the Hill. Solar did great a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, they've been super fun lately. It's really fun to do something with a bit of a different format to it. Shout out to OSC. They're running this whole thing. They sponsored this whole thing. A lot of this StarCraft doesn't happen without OSC as always. So shout out to OSC. You can check them out in full at oscesports.com, which includes all of the King of the Hill stats as well. Roaches and the muta's going to play defense as Solar came across. This is a very different scenario to before where, you know, Demi attacked into Solar and Solar just had a ton of roaches ready. Yakov did not have a ton of roaches ready, so while the mutas will clean up eventually, it's going to be a question of how much damage Solar can do before those mutas get to clean up. And that is going to be the problem here. As you see those roaches, they're going to step straight through into the natural they go. They're just going to chase down drones and just, like I say, try and kill as many as possible. See a few roaches splitting off elsewhere. Even reinforcement roaches arriving already. Worker kill count is going to start rising heavily. And behind this, the Hydrogen comes online. The mutas must stay here to clean up the roaches. Otherwise, you just lose constantly more drones. And so in that time, you're going to establish the opportunity to actually get your tech online to play against this. 24 workers killed is huge as well. Basically doubling the worker count right now. And that's kind of growing still, honestly, as the few roaches on the right side could chase into the third base as well. Absolute disaster for Yakov, who just hasn't quite had enough ready. He will have the mutas here, though, but 14 Hydras already being produced is going to be very, very tough. We're getting an Infestor on the way out too, man. We're going to have all the answers. Have that beam speed coming through. Just going to be seeing the music going to head up towards the Overlord. And just have the Infestors coming back. Bruce Spine's coming over. We'll just be seeing our spore at the front. I mean, at this point, Solar just sits and chills, right? So just sit, chill, Hydra, Infestor. Your opponent's still making mutas as well. The Bane speed is coming up, and that's going to be very important from Yakov. He is going to need those Banelings if he wants any shot at kind of breaking down the Hydra count that Solar's grown into right now. So, nice to see that, but the reality at the moment is that Solar is heading in a very, very good direction here. Hydra's got some shots off, mutas take some hits, and we'll see the Hydra's going to fight. The Overlord will take a few more shots again. Fungal Growth trying to land onto the Mutalisks, and just going to be seeing the Hydra Infestor looking to get around. Just going to be seeing the mutas coming up. And they're actually going to find a corner where they can hit an infestation pit, which is interesting, but eh. Approach Hydra Infestor, popping through. Just gonna have Banes and the meter still building up. That's gonna take some damage. Hydra meter gonna be trading a little bit, but nothing too crazy yet. Outwellings move about. Just gonna see the mutas coming over that right-hand side. Again, mutas gathering. Queen, burrow, continuing through for the moment. Let's try and turn around. That's a fungal waiting to happen. Yeah. I think he was actually lucky to turn around when he did. I think a moment sooner that fungal would have had so much more. It's just reducing the muta count down there. Oh, Burrowed Banelings, by the way. Burrowed Banelings! The Overseer shows up, so even that part's not going to be too exciting. GG is called, and that is going to do it as Solar moves to 5-0. Booming and bopping and looking good so far. Solar just having a good time with things, man. Having a good old time with things. Alright. We'll resume in a few, guys, and get into our next one here. Alrighty, yeah, we'll see who the challenger will be. So Art log in. Maybe some ZVP. 5 maps to go today as well, guys. So we've got 5 maps left. 5 best of ones to roll. Ethan already lost a solo. He did indeed. Very sadly. Did indeed. Incorporeal going to be the map. It is going to be Art. So Art coming through to fight against Solar here in this PVZ. And we'll kick off into this in just a second. Go and ready. Let's jump into this. I believe this is Russian art, even though it's the Polish art capitalization, because last time we played on NA, it was this account and it was Russian art. So I think it's Russian art, even though it looks like Polish art. I think. I believe. Solar so early makes it miserable for everyone. Look, anyone can win anyone in a best of one, okay? Like, is Solar very good? Yes. It's not impossible to beat him. No, I actually think Let Out looks pretty close, you know? Sometimes it's not about having to win. Sometimes it's just having a shot to show what you can do, you know? Get set up here and rolling on Incorporeal, see what we get. I feel like these two played each other a couple weeks ago, but I was trying to think what happened. I can't really remember. So maybe it wasn't too exciting in the end. Just got some pool coming through. I'm going to shoot. Probably going to get chased around the other direction for a moment or so. Going to have the Nexus and the Cyber Core coming up for a couple of moments. Again, still just chrono boosting out of the gateway, getting that underway initially. Getting some process here. Again, just see the Adept in the Stargate coming through, okay, coming over. Thing coming about, again, Links be coming up, Queen and the drones coming over, Overlord on the way. Everything pretty peaceful for PvZ in the early moments currently. Oracle Chrono Boost on the Stargates, just bringing that over. Lings and the Overlord coming about, Hatchery coming through. Couple Queens just poking at the front as we do have the Oracle and the Adept in reduction. So bringing that straight through, the Warp Gate will be done very shortly. We just have ourselves the Nexus coming down. It's just going to take that third base right here. Obviously starting to see a little bit of solo ZVP. Wondering what I might go into this time. Like I said, I mean, and when I see Solon's EVP, I'm thinking Hydras, I'm thinking aggression, I'm thinking he's gonna go, but stopping him, like, well, he built Roaches and Mutas before, which is maybe not on my bingo card, so it's still kind of an aggressive play, though, I guess, which I guess is still a pretty good summary of what to expect from Solo, usually. And the Rotron coming up. Just having our Resonating Glaives coming through. The next coming about, Probes on the way out as well. Out on those gates and the assimilators, so bring that up as well as the Queens getting across. 4 drones just went down to the Oracles, so a bit of damage done right away there. This Glaives from Art obviously gives you the chance to maybe see a lot of success if Solo rushes into the Hydras here or something. Maybe a big old Adept timing can catch him off and maybe just work wonders, because you're going to do bonus damage to everything basically in the game. That is done. What are we building, Solo? Currently working his way out of a supply block. It's actually awkward. These Adepts showing up at a good time for that supply block to be here, so maybe some opportunity with set Adepts as they get into the natural and they go after the drones initially. They have to pull away to begin with. We'll actually get a cancel on this 4th base, which doesn't happen all the time, but it's going to happen on this one. Oh, are we going to run out of energy first? I thought he had the damage output, but the first Oracle ran out of energy. Because the first one ran out of energy, the DPS wasn't there to get the kill, and so the Hatchery will survive. Wow. The Oracles just used all that energy and they didn't kill it, which, yeah, I mean, now it's like a half HP hatch that can be transfused when it finishes, so is that really going to matter too much? Kind of unlucky, man. That first Oracle running out of energy and losing the damage output is kind of just expected. Kind of just like the, oh, can anything go right for me? You know, why does everything go right for Sola? +1 on that blink coming in. We do have the gateways and the prism coming up as well. Kings and Queens are going to be there. A couple of Adepts are going to go shading down. Nothing really much being done in the end around. We cancelled the Glaives, moved into Blink instead. Solo just has a Roach Roar, he's getting Roach upgrades, and he's going to get a Baneling Nest along with it. Currently just going to step on the map with a few Zerglings to have a look-see at what is going on. Stalkers are going to be there. A couple of Lings take some damage. Get that going for the moment. Ling's trying to run at the front. Stalker will take a few shots. See the Stalker still pushing forward. Ling, Roach, Ravager, Queen. And try and come through here. A couple of the Stalkers have to blink back initially. Again, Roach is coming through. The Baneling Nest and the Zerglings still coming up on online. A couple of Corrosive Baths trying to come down there. Some Lings break through onto the natural. Going to get straight in after those workers. So a bunch of probes begin going down. The Stalkers are shooting at the front still. So having to pull off a defense right here. Like I say, nice to get some damage on the other side of the map. But he's getting overwhelmed at the moment. 16 new Roaches on the way. Plus one missiles not yet ready. Someone needs to start defending right now. I do not know if I love this second blink in, because that's going to expose a lot of what were already low HP Stalkers. Whereas there, you could have really done with actually having the defensive blink out available and really getting more value for those Stalkers, because Solar ends up getting a lot of kills. I actually think that's a mistake right there from Ard. I think that could have gone a lot smoother, as a few Stalkers will go in and hit this hatchery. And we will finish off the 4th base. I love Solar's position with the Roaches there, trying to catch as many of those Stalkers as possible as they make their exit. Great job, well done. Roaches, I mean, still chasing actually going to get a lot of kills. This is huge for Solar. Clearing up Stalkers like this, and now the supply is heavily swinging in his favor. Roach coming about, melee and Bane speed coming up, +2 attack, Stalker Immortal coming about as well. +2 in charge coming up, the Stalker's on the way, we have the Immortal coming about as well. Roach Ravager will step to the front of the map here for a few moments. Stalkers take a chance to blink to the left side. Ling, Roach Ravager gathering, charging +2 coming about. The Immortal on the way. The army's still cruising about in the center here. Solar's nearly maxed though. As Bane speed finishes, you get the feeling that it's going to be time for him to go and put some pressure on. Stalker's going to shoot. A few Lings taking some damage. Roaches and Ravagers coming up. Throws a vial onto the ramp. Going to pop the force field down. Going to knock the rocks down as well there, so Art is going to take those rocks down, push that over to the side. It's a lot of Banelings morphing in on the side here from Solar, so a lot of Banes coming up. Again, charge on the way through. The Immortal and Templar Archives coming in as well, bringing a lot of that through for now. I do not love that those first couple of Immortals are out in the open. They do kind of get back to the rest of the army. Seeing the Banes are going to keep rolling forward here, hitting those Stalkers, heading straight in. Banes are going to come straight through, and this really does feel as though we are kind of on the verge of Solar, taking the 6th map of the day. Actually, I was a little scared for him when those Stalkers were trading. I really feel like that one Stalker blink that I brought up was the mistake, because I feel like without that, maybe you keep enough Stalkers alive to keep momentum. With that blink, he ended up taking so much damage, so many Stalkers started to fall, and then he never really recovered from that point, and that really seemed to just doom him, unfortunately. So, GG's. That is going to be another map in the hands of Solar, man. He is popping so far. He's got 4 maps to go to end up being king at the end of the day. See if he can make it there. As I think we're server hopping, because I just got a DM. Percival is up next, so we're going to Korea. Percival versus Solar. Okay, exciting. Solar's still just been really good lately, but Percival has been stepping it up, and I do believe Percival can at least put up a fun fight against Solar. So, did Solar play Percival a couple of weeks ago when this event was on and Solar had that streak? Maybe. Yeah, he didn't. Solar won that one. That was on Golden Aura. Yeah, Percival picked to play on Golden Aura as well, which was like, why are we doing that, Percival? Yeah, that was kind of a funky time. Almost worked out, right? If I remember correctly, like, Percival played a pretty good game, but Solar got there in the end. Alright, we're gonna go and just trying to connect to the Korean server right now, guys, but we are not too far off from getting into Solar versus Percival ZVT action. coming on through very soon. There's our lobby coming up. Ultra love. I like this map pick a lot more. Just trying to check if our other caster is coming. Is they gonna rehost? I'm gonna go pylon instead. Okay, pylon. Alright guys, let's give it a moment or so. Just keeping eyes on the other caster's stream so we can know when they see if they're having an issue or so. I think they're just having issues getting onto career, which is pretty common for a lot of us. There they are. Perfect. Alright, we're good. And we're kicking off into this one. I think they had to switch to VPN to get going because their stream went off, but they joined their server. Alright, let's jump into pylon right here, guys. We get this up and rolling. And let's jump into pylon for map 12 of the day. So 4 maps remaining. Still one of his bigger challenges so far, I would say, but I still feel like he's a heavy favorite typically against Percival. I think that's fair to say as well. Let's see if Percival can show us something here on pylon as we get into this. Solo on a 6-map winning streak is the red Zerg player, starting us off in the top left corner of the map. Taking on the blue Terran in the bottom right-hand side, it is Percival. And away we go. How's everyone doing, by the way? I hope everyone is doing well. As we get set up here. Refinery coming about, SCV on the way. Getting settled into place as we take a few moments. What's up, Photobaz? How you doing? Yeah, I hope everyone is having a great day, start of the weekend. Very exciting. Beautiful day in San Francisco, slightly gloomy. Nice, nice. It's pretty miserable here. Last time I looked outside, it looked grey. I walked early this morning, it was grey. I looked outside later on, it was grey. It's a very British day today. Alright, Hatch gas pool coming through. Hope it gets better. That's all good. I mean, it doesn't matter what it looks like outside, really. I'm just sat here chilling. So yeah, command center coming about. Reaper on the way through. And we just see where we want to go is the hatch gas and pool all coming up. Factoring the CC building as well. A couple queens and a few zerglings will be in production. Autumn. Well, autumn is very pretty. It's just the days. It's just when the skies are grey. It's a little bit less pretty, you know. But hey, at least the colors of the trees make up for it a little bit, you know. The brightness of the day is maybe not meant to be in the sky, but in the trees, huh? Drones hatch coming through, CC in the reactor, starport coming up as well, so we get a lot of that rolling. I think speed will come about right now, just gonna get that underway. Queens gather together, and we do have ourselves the link speed and the queen continuing through, a few drones building up as well, so we get that going. Again, Helene's the starport build up also, get that going right now. Orbital command coming through, and away we go. Can see the Reaper and the couple of Hellions gonna come moving through for a couple of moments. Just gonna see the link speed finishing very shortly. Viking Hellion Marauder all on the way in. The Queen still producing and getting set for the moment. Overlord just trying to get a bit of a scout in. Is gonna see tech lab research, and it is Gus Shell Hellbat build. So we are going to see pretty committed attack from Percival here early on. Definitely needs to do damage. No triple CC behind this or anything. So he's in this to get some work done. Meanwhile, Solar is already on his way up to the mainline nest. The Spine Crawler being added on. He recognizes what this is. He knows straight up what is about to happen. So he is just prepping and prepping well. Just doesn't have the Banelings available to morph just yet. And we are coming across the map. Armory about to be done. The Solar's Bane Nest in time. That Spine Crawler might buy him a little bit of time. You know, time might just be all he needs as well to some extent, right? So we will see as the Liberator and the Hellion continue through. Viking loads up. The Queen step over to the right side. Hellions moving the Hellbats. The Marauders, Viking, and the Medevac ready to step forward. Couple Lings going to get by, a couple SCVs falling. There is going to be a fight on the other side. So the run by starting. It's not really been the best of starts here for Solar, whose Banelings finish morphing, but I think only one or two. Is he in trouble? Queen's taking a lot of damage, taking a long time to really move through this. We're going to pull a few drones in. It's always surprised me how long a few drones actually last against the Hellbats. The first couple shots don't kill them, and then take a little while to fire again. 6 SCVs go down to the 2 drones. So overall, hard to really like this at all for Percival. He lost a bunch of economy where he's already very committed. He just didn't do that much. Like, he killed some Ling Bane, he killed a couple Queens. Resources lost is favorable to Solar though, and like I say, it's committed from Percival. If you trade like this and you're on a triple command center setup or something, brilliant. You know, you're having a great time, but on a committed 2 base, late third, SCVs of your own going down as well, like, you're just going to be left in a horrible spot. The Liberator across the map is what's getting some drones right now, by the way, so that's where a couple of those kills have come from, if you've seen them pop up on the side of the screen. So Liberator comes through and gets some damage done. Stimpack coming up to being about halfway through here. Let's just have a +1 attack upgrade starting as well. 1-1 still building from Solar also. Speed will continue to reduce. Just going to have the drones, have that hatchery coming online, a couple extra barracks still building. Hellions moving back into Hellion mode. Yeah, Infestation Pit coming about. Taking a couple moments right here. Just going to have the Extract coming through, the Infestation Pit coming along. Love this getting set and rolling right now. Orbital going to fly across, just going to drop down onto the 3rd location, just going to get that going then. +1 on the combat shield is on the way through as we see a few more Marines and a tank coming up as well, adding on a depot. Melee upgrades, Banelings speed producing through as the army. Ready's up to the left-hand side, Marine Hellbat tank. Pushing forward a little bit. A couple troop teamers beginning to go down already as well. You see that Hatsu taking a few more shots. Tank getting a few hits off also. I mean, like the position, once again, we're running by as Solar doesn't find anything to hit on the third base. We'll see a walled off natural, so... Yeah, it looks like he's going to give up the left side fourth and just play for the right side, upper right side base. On his way to his hive at the moment. Well, Bane's actually on the counterattack this time, as we are going to get rid of the tank. I think Bane's could open up the natural, maybe. The upgrade still building by. We are going to get that on the way then. Just a single attack upgrade from Percival is, getting jumped on a little bit here. The tank's going down, so it's going to be the Marine Medevac that can obviously escape, but it feels like we're really putting ourselves in a situation right now where we are able to basically defend. You know, TLDR, we are where we need to be right now for Solar. He's pushed this back. His tech is looking good. Does not look great on the side of Percival to come through and see some success at all here. I think he's going to be in a pretty tough place as the Marine Medevac takes a chance to stem up and trying to step forward a little bit. You can see the Ling's going through. 30 and SCV's going down. It's actually going to be a really nice little run by onto the third already, so great little run through. 2 upgrades, the adrenal glands, the kindness plating coming up, the Liberators wanting to step across to that right-hand side. So that's 13 workers going down. The Marines taking a step around the left. The rest of that Ling Bane still gathering. The Marine tank joining together. The Ling Bane still moving through as well. Again, adrenal glands, 2 upgrades, chitinous all on the way through. Ultra Bane building. And a couple of the Marines going to get in for a couple of creep teamers as well. Just going to get some work done there. Now the rest of the Ling Bane trying to swing around on that right-hand side. Set up to potentially take a jump into this army. Marines are going to stem forward. The Ling Bane going to run up that ramp in return. We turn around the other direction. 6 drones going down, but Solar is up 20 workers still, and he's up 20 army supply now with 2-2, so he's even more powerful than he was before. The Beretta, keep him busy, 9 drones going down. You see the Ling Bane, Ultra, gonna come running straight through here, so straight in. First of all, just gonna say GG. This one is gonna be a little bit too much. And Solar is going to take game 7 on the day for himself. So Solar continues his streak. And he's on track for 10 in a row, guys. Unless the last couple of players have something to say. He's steamrolling through at the moment. With 3 maps left to play on the day. Solar keeping it going. We might be hopping server again here. Quite rare to go back-to-back on career, but we will see. Yeah, I think we're going back to NA. So back to NA, as we are going to hop on over there and get ready to dive on into Solar versus Shameless. So Shameless has been playing well lately, and we'll see what he looks like PvZ against Solar. I think there's a tough matchup for him, but not impossible. So we will see how it goes down. Alright, gonna have a veto in from Solo, gonna be Golden Aura, and we'll get Shameless to pick a map, and we will be off and away, hopefully fairly soon. Alright, just waiting for players to decide what to do. Awesome. Tokamak going to be the map pick. Haven't seen Tokamak all day, have we? Alright, Tokamak it is, as we go into Shameless and Solar. That was a good matchup because I don't really know what to expect from it. I could see a world where Shameless obviously can upset Solar here. I wouldn't even think it's that crazy because Shameless has been playing well lately, so... Test for Solar, we'll see what kind of game he wants to play. He's not really played the kind of typical Solar ZVP today. He's played a lot more roaches and then some of the mutas and stuff as well, but then maybe he just feels like that's the safer way to play when playing against some of the, you know, the lesser known guys and so on. Maybe I don't necessarily think he's wrong, to be fair, so yeah, maybe just playing for safety more so than anything else. Just flip the scoreboard around. Shameless bottom left. How's it going to be our blue Protoss player taking on Solar in the top right, the red Zerg, as we get into game number 8. For Solar, can he go 8-0 again on track for 10-0? Tell you what, a lot of the King of the Hills we've casted lately have had the same sort of vibe where it's like a little bit of back and forth early and then bam! I bet, you know, just before we get halfway through, someone starts winning and they just do not stop winning for the rest of the day. It's been pretty crazy. It's not always the case in the King of the Hill. It just has been the last couple of weeks we've been casting. Catch, yes, very soon. I'm sure a spawning pool coming up in a moment. Nice peaceful start. How's everyone feeling? Anyone doing anything fun this weekend? I would love to hear it. Again, our StarCraft today and tomorrow. Today and tomorrow. Tomorrow and Sunday will be Saturday. Will be so tomorrow we're going to do Crank Team League replays. Try and get that tournament finished up that we've been trying to get through for the last week or so. It's been a bit of a chore just because being busy doing other things. And Sunday we're gonna have the WardiTV Korean Royale kicking off, which is very exciting as well. So Korean Royale Season 4 kicks off this Sunday. Say lineup looking good. Kind of pretty much everyone you'd expect to see. So, yeah, that starts on Sunday. Go from there. Stargate building on through. How link speed going to finish, and we'll see, like I say, where Shameless goes with the Stargate and what the follow-up from the Stargate will be. But the first 3 minutes, looking what PvZ looks like. Yeah, 3D printing and printing minis. 3D printing and painting minis all weekend. Nice. That sounds like a fun time. Sounds like a hobby-filled weekend if I ever heard one. Get a new mouse because it broke playing SE2? Did it break because you were clicking so hard because your mic rained so much, or was there a little bit of, like, you got proxied by a Protoss player? Desk smashing involved. Enjoy some SE2? Yep, yeah, I mean, that's the one that we do as well. We'll just be here enjoying some StarCraft. Is it true we'll have BlizzCon in 2026 with an SE2 tournament? Yes, but I wouldn't say it. I talked about a little bit about this earlier, and I don't want to be like a negative Nancy, but from what I read of it, to me, I would guess at best case, it's 4 players invited to play like a best of 3, best of 3, best of 5. Or something, because it's basically combined with Heroes, StarCraft Remastered, and Warcraft 3 is like a classic cup event, which I think it all like builds into each other. They're as from what I read, it shared a stage, so like you've got to put 4 games on the same stage over the weekend. Like it's gonna be super minimal. So yeah. So yeah, I think there will be, you know, StarCraft 2 at BlizzCon, which is nice. Don't get me wrong, that part's nice, but I see people in the community being like, this is it, StarCraft's back, the circuit is... Yeah. No, it's not like that at all, you know. It's not taking over EWC, no, it's not taking over, unless I read it extremely incorrectly, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case. Oh my goodness, the oracles just fly through and we lose one already. We're so back easy, yeah. Yeah, no, I don't like, don't get me wrong, I don't... My point isn't for people not to be excited about it, it's just more so like, don't think this is more than it is, you know? Don't get so excited, then it comes, you know, all the details come out and you're like, wait, what? So yeah. That's all I'm trying to say. Well, the Deputy's gonna try and shade forward, Queens. We'll step through. The Resonating Glaive's coming about. Probes in the battery coming up as well, so get that on the way. As again, the Bailing Dance coming through. The Lings and the Overseer in production right now. Continue to bring that by as we cancel the Extractor. We're going to build the Hydra Den. Resonating Glaive's about to finish. Solo doesn't have a great defense against Adepts right now. He's just got Lings, and Queens. There's a possibility these Adepts are an issue. I mean, Bailing Nest is only halfway done. Solar is actually maybe in a little bit of a problematic position right now. I do not think he's well prepped at all for these Adepts. Queens are buying some time, but how much time can we really buy? Now the Lings are going to look to run around for the surround. The Adepts will threaten the Shade. The Queens will run and try and make the Adept Shade and again buy time. I'm just trying to minimize the damage we end up taking here as the Adepts step into the third. First Banelings on the way out, some Hydras on the way too. Gonna see 1 and 2 Queens going down there. Like I said, the Banes are coming up, but not a lot of them. And this is already bad, right? Third base just not mining during this. Shameless is up in workers. There's a great start from Shameless, putting himself in a good position. It's the exact kind of start that then you go into Blink on the follow-up too, and you find yourself in an amazing place. So, getting into a great spot right now. The Ling Bane coming over, a couple of Adepts still falling. That is going to be the cleanup. 6 drones going down, +1 Blink in the Void Rain production. I think we are very much so getting there right now. Gonna see our Robo Facility and Robo Bay coming through for a couple moments. Having again the Robo Band facility coming about, so we get that settled. Just having the stasis at the front. We got all the structures finishing. few Hydras going to be popping up. A couple of Colossus coming in, +2 in the thermal lens coming online. Solo is alive and well, I suppose, in the end. I really felt like Shameless might get aggressive off the blink and really try and make something happen with that, but apparently not meant to be. So, gonna let Solo kind of come back into this game a little, you could say. Hydra, gonna move down to the bottom side. Obviously, Colossus coming up in big numbers is going to be great against the Hydras, great against the Lings. Obviously good against the Banelings to some extent as well, right? Like, basically, good splash, and Solo does not have Hive tech yet, so without the Hive, it's going to be very difficult to really get rid of these Colossus, because you have no way to kind of abduct them forward or anything. Solo currently just going to run back a little bit there, and is not going to commit to this fight. Has got a little run-by set up on the left side as well. The Banelings going to make their way through, but that's a decent wall, and you're going to be forced to run past cannons and take damage on the way in. And alas, we still make our way in. No! Probes, what are we doing? We made it easy for the Banelings. No, Shameless, no. Just sit there. Honestly, it might have been better for him to just sit there. Maybe some of the Banes go off on the battery and they don't kill any probes. Or as many, maybe only half the mineral line. Shameless just said, I don't like my workers, and he just gave them up. That was not ideal. I mean, that's a big chunk of eco. We are building 4 probes at a time. That economy is going to be back in a minute or less. But just still unnecessary, right? Unnecessary, and just gives Solo a little bit more of an edge than what he had after what was honestly a pretty decent starting point from Shameless too. A little bit of a shame to let Solo step back in it all. Still Colossus gathering through. Taking a couple moments, just gonna see that Lurk 10 coming up. We're gonna have a Spine Crawler, Hive on the way through, additional Lings in the melee upgrade as well. There's a lot of units into the center of the map right now. Stalker, Colossus, Sentry building to the top and pushing straight through over here. So just gonna get this push moving in. A couple of Creep Tumors already going down, the Lings and the Hydras. And I have to find a defense against this. We do have some force fields available. Fighting this army, little by little would be a great step to begin with. I mean, honestly, the first force fields were not exactly amazing, but the Colossus are just doing so much. This is exactly what you do want force fields. Again, stop the Banes from just rolling at you all at once. Solar Supply is not looking pretty, and Shameless is looking to get the upset. Like I say, Shameless has played well lately. Am I super surprised if he can beat Solar in a best of 1? Absolutely not. It's still an upset though, right? Solar is still the favorite coming into this, so not overly like, oh my god, how did this ever happen? But still kind of like nice to see, as we are going to see these Banes are going to try and roll through. At this point, you just don't have what you need. Oh, Banes from the bottom side are actually kind of exciting. Yo, those Banelings from the bottom delivered. Was it enough, though? Those Banelings did so much, and yet our Protoss army, I think, is just still too strong. So much went down before those Banelings arrived. Great idea from Solar, great attempt, but yeah, not quite going to work out. For some reason, the Prism's warping into the main base. Sure, whatever, that doesn't really matter. Stalkers are getting the job done. Solar is sub 100 supply here, and GG has to be called. His run will end at 7, and Shameless will be the one to stay alive and keep on playing as Shameless takes the map and Solar gets knocked down. Shameless getting it done. As, yeah, just Solar took a lot of damage to those Adepts early, and while he didn't lose like loads of minerals or workers, he lost a lot of mining time. And he was not in a great spot. I was kind of, like I say, a bit surprised Shameless didn't take advantage with the Blink Stalkers after. I think he also knew where Solar was going. He's like, well, hey, if he plays aggressive Link Bane Hydra, maybe Blink Stalkers get in trouble. Let's just get the Colossus up and really make his later game an issue, because Solar does not have the economy to go into a Hive quickly. And Shameless just takes great advantage of the fact that he did very, very well. So, very cool. GG's well played, man. Shameless getting the win is huge. Love it. Love to see it. Alright, guys, I think we're maybe going to Europe. Europe for Milky Cow. Oh, that's a fun one. Alright, so over to EU we go. As Shameless takes the win off Solar. And we've got a couple maps left, right? Yeah, a couple maps left. So Shameless, Milky Cow, and then one final challenge at the end of the day to see us to the end here. Awesome stuff. All right, we'll hop in a moment, guys. Get ready for our next game. Man, it's so wild to jump onto Europe, and my friend list on Europe is Ryung in a ranked 1v1 ladder game. On Europe, by the way, is Ryung in a ranked ladder game, Milky Cow, who's about to play here, Nikoract in a ranked ladder game, maybe against Ryung, Shameless, who's about to play here, Shin, who's searching for a 1v1 ladder game, and Solar, who just logged onto Europe after losing, probably to search for a 1v1 ladder game. And Spirit, like, it is, it's kind of wild. Terrain's laddering on Europe lately. All the Europeans online. Spirit's online as well, to be fair. Lobby is coming up, guys. We'll be a second here and we'll kick this off. As we're going to go to Persephone as Milky Cow's map pick for some TVP right now. So, TVP coming up. Wonder if Milky Cow's got something fun to show us as we get ready to load in the next couple of moments. Kick this off. See where we're going to go. Alright, let's go. As we have the top left corner of the map, the red Terran player, the challenger, is going to be Milky Cow. We'll see what he can do against Shameless, our new king, taking down Solar in a game of PvZ. And now gets to play on into some PvT. Very exciting. Fun, fun, fun. Probes popping through, Rex and the gas coming up. Taking a few moments initially as we settle down. Gonna see a couple gates then, so obviously we are gonna just get straight up aggressive from Shameless. Was not really expecting that, to be honest. But yeah, just gonna go and drop 2 gates proxied and put some pressure on immediately. You can see our factory and reactor coming through as Milky Cow is not really in the know, so that's his first problem. Not knowing about this is a problem. He's going to have a Hellion though, so factory before expanding is going to help him out. If nothing else, something that will push him in the right direction a little bit. CC building through, the Hellion and the Reaper's coming about, the Stalkers chrono boosting along for the moment. I'll step by. Marine just going to go down. The Hellion going to begin to try and get some damage done. I see those couple Reapers stepping about currently. I'm just going to be seeing our Stalkers and Zealots able to get through, knock down the reactor. That limits future production. The Tech Lab finishing is going to be big. I was going to say, I don't think I agree with him hitting the Tech Lab. I think you got to keep going for units right now. ideally you get to a point where whenever the unit pops out of that factory, you're just going to be overwhelming here to the point of being able to take it down along with you. So I think that's got to kind of be the play for the moment. Is the Dep's about to show up. This Stalker's in some trouble. The Debs do have a range issue here, but if they put themselves in the mineral line, maybe they can just make something happen. The shade is obviously kind of nice. If they'd shaded more on top of the Hellion, I would like that more. Going to lose the Hellion here as we sit AFK with it for a second. Nexus building back at home, and away we go. Stalker Warp Gate coming about. Nexus and the Assimilator coming through. Let's have the Starport building. The Cyclone going to take the chance to get onto the pylon there already. A couple of Adepts will take their shot. Moving over for the moment. Cyclone locking onto the Adept. Just going to be seeing again the Starport proxied. So we are going to see Milky Cow looking for an aggressive follow-up here. But still got Shameless knocking on the front door. You can see the Lib tank coming through. It's going to be seeing the Libra obviously again being proxy, going to give you some chance to get into that mineral line and maybe get some damage dealt already. So good opportunity there perhaps. The Probe is going to drop a grenade. Just going to see the Reaper hopping up to the high ground then for a few moments. And the Reaper continue to trade out as a couple of gates and the charge coming through. The Probe's coming up. The Liberator going to get in after a couple more probes as well. So we get across there and play a little bit of cleanup. Again, the gateway, the charge continuing through. Rax and the siege tank coming up. Having on that medevac. A couple of Marines coming by as well. Zealots warping in as the army of Milky Cow makes a journey to the bottom of the map. The Bray wants to get sieged up. It's honestly quite a lot of Protoss units. Charge about to be done is going to help a lot, especially as our main goal here has got to be to knock down those tanks. Zealots will get in the front and do a good bit of tanking initially. Takes a while to get rid of the siege tank, but we will get there. The SCV repair was nice to keep it going, but Shameless now putting a bit of defense into play. Problem here for Milky Cow is getting chased back is expensive, right? If you lose those units, but yeah, able to hold his own for a moment or two, and we'll see what his next move is going to be. I do think Shameless is getting better set up though, so I'm not sure, like I say, if there's really kind of a long-term plan here for Milky Cow on this one. A couple of warpins coming through. Add on a medevac, a few Marines, the +1 upgrade as well. All being added right there. Again, Zealot and the Immortal being added too as we continue to go by. Gateway going to be part of the production. Seeing the tanks in the main base going to fire and ooh! Big shots onto the probe line. Actually going to get away with both as well. It's pretty incredible, all things said and done. Pretty sick. Yeah, and +1 in combat shield on the way through. Get a Nexus, get the Observer added in there. A couple of the probes being added as well. Continue to bring that through for the moment as our CC comes up. The reactor going to finish very shortly. Okay, I'm just going to finish off that gateway. It wasn't an issue that he left it alive because he did depower it, right? So I don't hate the fact that he prioritized getting or trying to get across the map where possible. Obviously just makes sense overall. Cyclones on the other side, that's going to cause some issues as well. It's just going to put some pressure in and see some success for themselves. Cyclones doing very well initially. I see the medevac still trying to drop those tanks down, still trying to find some extra value as going to be so-and-so on how well it achieves itself there or how well it does, so nothing too crazy overall. Starport coming back over. He's going to look to try and get onto the for a couple of moments, got onto the reactor, and again, just setting up nicely for the moment as best as possible. Thus far. Really, kind of in an interesting state this game. It's been a fun, aggressive opening, a follow-up now, which puts us in a position where I mean, Milky Cow supply is very good, but I don't know if I'm really a believer until I truly see it doing something, so you know, I'll, like I said, I'll hold out for a little bit and we'll see where we get to. Just gonna see the Zealot, Stalker, Immortal coming around there. Just gonna be seeing a couple of High Templar joined together. Storm is gonna be done very shortly, so looking to get that Storm up and online and on top of everything else for the moment. I mean, Storm is nice from Shameless. Milky Cow is moving out to see if he can find some pressure with this army as it gets across to the other side of the map. So coming straight through for the moment, getting set to go. First Storm is going to scare him away, which, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. There's a lot of Marines, and those Marines don't want to just tank all the damage. They don't want to take all the medevac energy away in the first few moments. A couple of Widow Mines need to unburn, yeah, relocate. Ideally try and stay away from those storms as best as you can. On around to the right-hand side, going to come charging through. A couple of Widow Mine shots going off. Ooh, the tank shots going towards the back lines. The High Templar out of energy, and this is where Milky Cow supply is going to show itself as Milky Cow. I think he's actually going to get this done. Storm coming down. Oh, that Storm is so nice. It hits all the Marines and just really weakens them that little bit right now to the point you may not want to really continue. Not ideal. Just going to see the Immortal going the other way. The Zealots going the other way. Marines stepping back. And now stepping forward, another Storm comes down once more. Tank siege is up. Again, Ghost Academy coming through. Widow Mine and the SCV in production. The Zealots still dropping. You'll see Stalker Immortal coming through. The couple of Zealots going to get jumped on. The Bio going to be here with a lot of units right now. Just going to step straight through into this. GG says Shameless. And that will be that. As we are going to have him going Milky Cow into the King position. With one map left to play on the day, Milky Cow will take on a challenger to see who is the last man standing at the end of this King of the Hill. It took a little while to get rid of Solar, but once Solar has fallen, it has gone all over the place. And now it almost feels like almost anything can happen. So yeah, getting a little bit wild and crazy over here. Milky King. Beautiful stuff. Alright guys, one more map coming up for the day. And then we're going to be wrapping this one up. Let's just see who it's going to be though. I'm not sure who the challenger will be here, but give it a couple moments and we can go, hopefully. Why is he named Naktmar? I have no idea. Some people change their names. I don't really know why, to be honest. Gonna be completely frank with you, I don't really know why. We are just waiting. This game, I think it's Mojo, guys. I think we're going to end the day on a TVT. We are. Wow. That is exciting. So TVT to end the day. Mojo and Milky Cow. And TVT, I actually think maybe anyone could win even as well. So actually kind of exciting. As we get into this, Incorporeal going to be our last map of the day. And we are kicking off right now. And yeah, what a wild time. Alright, into Incorporeal, get set to go in a second. Kick this off. Let's go to the load screen already, I think, and just get excited, get in game as one of these guys will be king at the end of the day. Will it be Mojo, the new challenger in the bottom right as the red Terran player, entering this mirror matchup against the blue Terran in the top left corner, Milky Cow? Great questions. We are waiting to find out some answers. Alright, SCV's coming through, and Mojo's just going across the map with SCVs, so he's just saying, let's get aggro. He ain't messing about. He knows what he wants to get done, and clearly has an intention in mind for what his plan will be here, so gets that started. So 2 barracks over to the right, and that is going to be the point of interest here initially, as we just get set up. A couple of barracks on the way in, so all of that coming through for the moment. Getting settled for now. Seeing where we can go. Next coming up in return, SCV's on the way through. Milky Cow not scouting early is going to give Mojo a good opportunity to get away with this, so that's going to be a great point of note to start us off as well. But yeah, it's looking good, like I say. And Milky Cow really is... He could not be more clueless about what's going on, unfortunately. Like, he's going to get a faster factory, but it means he's not building a Reaper. What's funny is that Mojo is going for the Marines, which is kind of hilarious because this is what Uthermal did earlier against Baby Marine, and it worked very well. I almost wonder if the Marines being built is better than the Reapers, because you're going to get more of them sooner. Like right now, if this was a Reaper, it would have been 1 Reaper. The factory's going to be pretty quick as well. That's nice. Again, SCV there, leading up the high ground with the SCVs, so they tank some damage. Obviously getting some SCVs in return. 2 for 3 so far. High ground vision is going to be an issue, though. But can we get a cancel in the command center? I mean, that would be huge. Factory finishes, starts a Hellion. Mojo wants to push the front. I understand why, because obviously he wants to get in here and try and trade with Marines while he has an advantage, but going up that ramp is dangerous, man. He took a bunch of damage from it. He was hitting an SCV that was being repaired for a moment, too. Duncan now up, but he will get a cancel on the CC, and honestly, we're in brand new territory. I have got no idea where we're going from here, to be honest. We're in an absolutely crazy place, but honestly, at this stage, almost anything could kind of happen, so... Yeah, wild little situation as we have the couple of barracks going to move through. Get up and rolling. Start moving over. Command center is on its way, so bringing that straight in as well. So we're both going to expand at a similar kind of time. Obviously, the barracks being up in the sky is a little bit sad for Mojo, because it means he's not going to have the barracks production for as long in this game, so he's going to be a little bit behind there, but then he does have his own factory up, Cyclone on the way through. Put you in like a weirdly kind of similar position to your opponent, obviously low ground CC versus the high ground CC, which is really going to try and replicate Uthermal in every way. He's going to drop the barracks in the main and try and build a Marine for an SCV kill as well. Right, so he's not going to build the SCV, he's just going to lift up and back away, but obviously still scouting with this barracks. I'm going to see a triple CC, by the way, right in the bottom left corner of the main base, and Milky Cow 3rd command center comes down, so prepping to play the long game here if necessary. Starport coming up from Mojo, bringing that through. A couple of refineries coming about, siege tank on the way in, and again the barracks continues to go over as well. As you just see, command center going to move to the front, Cyclone going to be there as well. Tracks will burn over the next couple of moments, and CC will land in a moment or two. Get that down. Now the barracks pulls across onto the reactor there, so it's going to get that going as well. And triple CC about to finish up here, so we got a 3rd CC finished. There is no sign of a 3rd CC from Mojo though, so that does get you a little bit concerned for him, right? Where this is going to end up being a point of discussion, basically. You know, if he doesn't get a 3rd CC soon, what is he going to do? 2nd starport. So he's going to 2-base push with the double starport attack. Okay, I mean, that makes sense. That absolutely works out as well. Like, that is fine. So we're heading in a decent direction. Just a question of whether we can be okay with it in the end now. See where we go. where we go. We've got ourselves the Vikings producing them. So 3 at a time versus 2 at a time. And that's going to be the difference. And like I say, Mojo looking to hit with one big attack that is hoping to have the firepower to come straight in here, swing through it, and see a lot of success just immediately. So looking for that opportunity right off the bat, if possible. And that's going to be the game plan. Tanks, Marines gathering together. Take a second to step across for a couple of moments. Like I say, waiting for Mojo's attack to come, going right around that left-hand side, by the way, so really trying to just push himself into position at the moment. There's a couple of shots coming through, so a few hits coming about right there. And try and take this position on the low ground on the left. Tank's getting a couple of shots off initially. Need to be careful about those cyclone lock-ons. Oh, steps back in, so it's actually going to take a lot of hits on that Viking. Again, just going to see the stim. The Vikings coming through on both sides. You're going to be seeing the Vikings going to land. A couple of SCVs going to get picked away at. I mean, I like the Vikings landing. They're protected a little bit by the tank positioning, too. Without Vikings over there, we'll scan the high ground just to check the tanks aren't moving closer. Mojo's still up 20 army supply, but does feel like he's going to need to push himself into a better position here soon. Don't know if he can really kind of hang around here forever and just kind of keep doing what he's been doing so far. More SCVs going down. The Vikings coming about as well. Vikings are going to take the chance to get in toward the orbital command. Just going to see a couple of Vikings going the other way. This orbital command that was in the corner is now in serious trouble. It's actually having to be mass repaired to keep the third base alive. We don't have the anti-air capabilities of kind of knocking this down either, so it's awkward because you want to build tanks, but then you may actually need to build cyclones to help. I mean, it's just not pretty at the end of the day right here, so it's not looking great. The Vikings still hanging around overhead. And try and get to the far right-hand side, which I guess is where this command center is going to end up trying to get to eventually. The Vikings on the way through, the siege tank coming up as well. Just going to get the Liberator set up, and a couple of tanks are going to get pushed the other way, so they're going to start taking some damage right off the bat. So a bunch of shots coming through. Going back over a couple of moments and seeing where we can get to. So we've seen the Vikings landing, obviously. I think it looks like it's good enough. Mojo is getting it done, guys. Mojo is looking to be the king of the hill. Cool build. I mean, it started off interestingly as well. The double racks Marine. I wonder what the best response to that is. Like, I wonder. I don't even know if that part went so well for Mojo. Obviously, this part has. Those Vikings have been great for him. Natural orbital lifting off, but that's not exactly great when there's so many Vikings. You cannot out-repair the Vikings, it seems like. The SCVs are going to try. So yeah, the natural goes down. The third is obviously open to attack because you can just peel on over to the right side. And Mojo will be king at the end of the day. And what a sequence of events to wrap us up on across the course of this one. Because that really was just a bunch of surprises, I guess, towards the end. Shameless beating Solid, and then Milky Cow beats Shameless, and then Mojo beats Milky Cow to round this King of the Hill out with, like I say, a little bit of excitement and a little bit of surprise factor overall, I'd say as well. So, GG's. Very fun. Fun day as always. Thank you again to OSC for having us. Always appreciate the content. And, yeah, what do I want to say? Not really much anything. Let's have a quick look at what's coming up the next couple of days. So again, first of all, we're going to be... Sorry, I thought this... Message I was clicking off was going to disappear sooner. Just trying to reply to someone. Okay. So yes, first of all, tomorrow is going to be Crank Team League Day, so we're going to go and try and finish up the rest of that tournament. So that's going to be all replay cast tomorrow. But I moved that to do that tomorrow on its own thing because A, I just want to get it finished, and B, it gave us an extra day to get the Korean Royale set up, which was necessary to avoid issues. And that leads us to the Korean Royale, so let's have a look at this. So, Korean Royale, first time we're looking at it on stream, looks a little like this. This is Group A and Group B. Group A will begin on Sunday. So, we're first day of Group A. We'll look at the matches in a moment. In fact, let's look at Group B first. So, in Group B, we're going to have Creator, Classic, Gumiho, Rogue, Hero, Shin, and Beyond. 5 players advance, 2 will be eliminated from the groups. They enter into a gauntlet-style bracket, so first place in your group is basically like guaranteed top 4 in the tournament. It's like basically you get seeded into the semi-finals. So finishing high in your group is major. Every match in the groups is super important. And then Group A, which is what we're going to start the tournament with on Sunday, is Kua, Ryung, Raynor, Solar, Nightmare, Percival, and Zaun. So on Sunday, you will watch these 7 matches. Kua versus Ryung. Ryung versus Raynor, Kua versus Raynor, Ryung versus Solar, Solar versus Raynor, Solar versus Nightmare, and Kua versus Nightmare is going to be our starting point of the tournament. So that's the Korean Royale. As always, guys, if you enjoy WardiTV events and want to support them, check out the Patreon page at patreon.com/WardiTV, or just support the stream. Like and subscribe the channel, Prime subscribe, YouTube memberships, etc. All of that goes a long way and helps us out a whole bunch. So do check that out. And with all of that said, I think we are going to wrap it up and call it a day, guys. So thank you so much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow for the Crank League, and then Sunday Korean Royale, and then Monday is a double stream. We've got Double Cup Monday because we're on the Twitch front page again. So I'll be double cupping it on Monday, which should be awesome as well. So 2 WardiTV Mondays back to back. That is next sign. I don't know what it is. Thanks so much for watching today, guys. I appreciate you all. Yeah, I appreciate you all. We'll be taking a little bit of time on the outro to run some ads, and then I'll probably just host someone up. I don't know who that's going to be just yet, but I will do that. I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much, guys. I'll probably host up Roddy in a little bit. All right, peace out. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye.